Oh shit! Let's go. I'm sorry, I couldn't contain it.
Oh my God! No!
Let's go.
Oh! Oh! Ah!
Oh,
Oh! Hello.
we live? Hello.
We're live. We're back at it.
How long has it been? 8 weeks since our last
Nah. I think we've gone through the first 2 weeks of the season, and then this is 3 weeks later. So the end of week 5.
33 weeks later. I'm just
3
kidding.
weeks
That's
later.
That's what I heard. Yeah, it's week 5. About to be week 6.
So we're about 29% through the season. Approximately.
Did you put that in a calculator?
No,
That's pretty impressive. Okay.
Wait, how close do you think I was? I can calculate that real fast.
I mean, it's 18 weeks in the season, 5 out of 13.
27.8%.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Good job.
Hell yeah. Maybe that's good news for my Guess the Lines luck today, because I have not been doing well.
Yeah. Well, I didn't feel confident filling mine out just now, so maybe you'll get it tonight.
Well, I'm just going to go by pure vibes today. But let's jump right into it, because it's been a few weeks and a lot of stuff has happened. Most notable things. 1, Mark Sanchez.
You're going with that? All right, let's do it. I don't know a whole lot about it.
He was very pissed off at his DoorDasher and decided to attack the old man and gave some pretty significant injuries, but none as severe as the ones he received from the guy defending himself with a fucking knife.
Yeah, he got shanked, right?
Yeah, he's in critical condition.
Wait,
right?
really?
Yeah,
I didn't read that phrase. I guess I shouldn't.
Yeah, he got stabbed, and the video made it look like he was fine. He looked fine, but then they released that he was in critical but stable. He's basically being repaired until he goes to trial, because he's facing felony charges now.
Yeah, I saw the headline about potential felony. I didn't know he was in critical. He got critical hit. That's rough. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I knew he was stabbed.
Crit hit
in the hospital. Yeah. Well, butt fumble has been outdone for him. Good job.
So that's the thing. Tyreek Hill had an extremely gruesome career-ending knee injury, but then laughed his way through it like a fucking
that was psychotic. Yeah. It was kind of epic, though, and really fitting for Tyreek.
Epic?
I mean, it was a disgusting injury. Like, how was he not in pain? I mean, I guess he obviously was in pain. Unless he was just, like, that cracked out on something.
Perhaps.
Was it not, like, a weird reaction, do you think?
Oh, yeah. It was weird.
Yeah.
But that dude was already kind of crazy to me because of, like, his lore kind of hitting women and shit. So
and he's got a lot of baggage, right?
Yeah. But yeah, that happened. That's an injury. Najee Harris out for the season. Antonio Gibson out for the season. Lamar Jackson got hurt, and their team really sucks without him. Surprise, surprise.
They might also just suck.
Yeah. Joe Burrow. What was that injury again? He's out for a while.
It was turf toe. It was like the worst kind of turf toe where he had to get surgery. I think he's done for the year. I mean, they suck. Like, I don't know how they have 2 wins, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know either. Well, I think those are the biggest ones.
Bucky
CeeDee Lamb got a high ankle sprain.
That was after week 3. But
yeah.
He never got put on IR, and I don't think they're going to. So he might be back, I don't know, in like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe. But Bucky just got put on IR, which blows.
He got put on
And
IR? Oh.
I think he did. Maybe. Okay, I'm not making that. I know Marion Hampton did.
Yeah, Hampton did too. Damn, Chargers.
Let me look up Wiki.
By the way, listeners, the Jags and Chiefs are playing tonight.
I think I'm fabricating that, actually. I'm sorry for lying. But he is expected to be out, quote, at least 2 weeks. And
Okay.
maybe no IR. But either way, that sucks.
Brian Thomas with the catch. That's, I guess, noteworthy. He has been complete cheeks because he's got the yips. But he's playing well tonight against the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's good to see.
What other injuries have happened? I think those are the big ones, right, man? Can't remember anything else that was.
Yeah, Hampton just got hurt, and then Neighbors is done for the year. I don't know if that was.
Oh yeah,
no, that just happened. That was last week. Yeah.
Neighbors is out for the year. He tore his ACL.
That's brutal. Oh my god.
Purdy is hurt. He's been on and off.
Kittle might come back soon. Who the fuck knows?
The
other team is hurt, but somehow C-Mac is not hurt. Well, yeah.
Yeah, those are the big ones. One thing I want to talk about, because I think we should just jump into guess the lines to kind of highlight this, summarize football over the past 3 weeks. But I want to talk about something that's been sort of like an epidemic over the past 2-3 years, and it's dropping the football before you score a touchdown. Can you just like use in your own words describe what's happening? Like, why is that happening? Like, what are you seeing when guys are doing that in the NFL? How can you justify it?
There's no justifying it, right? I mean, no, like there's a reason that all these guys end up getting disciplined. The only one I could think of that didn't get outright benched, at least for a little bit, was Jonathan Taylor last year, which I know really well because that was in the fantasy semifinals in our older league that is now whatever. But anyway, I lost the semi because of that. It was like if that hadn't have happened, if I just got the touchdown, I advance. Not to get sidetracked, but yeah, there's no justifying it. And I remember we talked about it too. But I think, fuck, I don't know what it's like to be a player, but I think like there's different levels to it. I feel like they're all terrible, obviously, but once you get past the shock, like AD Mitchell last week, I'm not sure that he was like actively celebrating. Honestly, like he switched the ball from his left hand to his right hand. So I guess maybe he was getting ready to celebrate, but it's not like he yeeted the ball, as he was crossing the goal line.
Yeah.
Granted, just get the fucking touchdown first, then move the ball, do what you got to do, obviously. But then like compared to like DeMarcado yesterday, where the dude he didn't just drop the ball, he slowed down at like the 20. This fucking guy acting like he's like a Pro Bowler or something, and then he drops the ball, and it was worse than like the average fuck up,
The context of the situation made it much worse for DeMarcado. And then if you look at the AD Mitchell one from last week, that turnover that he'd had, and then he had another one. It was a pick six on a double throw. And the Colts ended up losing to the Broncos.
I think no. And yeah. Someone, I don't know.
And the Colts would be undefeated right now. That'd be the only undefeated team right now if it wasn't for AD's fuck ups. Because we finally had the Bills. They lost to the Patriots Sunday Night Football yesterday, and then the Eagles lost to the Broncos. Damn. Okay, Broncos.
Broncos look good. It was the Rams though last week against the
Colts. Thank you. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, the dropping the football thing is really frustrating from my perspective because Okay, so what I did is I went and for the most recent one, I went to the post-game press conferences. I was just curious what the coach was going to say. And then I went to go see with the players. And then with the players, no real surprise. DeMarcado was like, it was a mistake, blah,
What do
blah.
you say? Yeah.
I have a couple thoughts on it, but generally it's kind of what you'd expect from a player that, they're coached by PR people to say the most vague, basic things. And that's exactly what he said. And
yeah,
they're just saying the same shit over and over again. But the coach is the one that kind of has a little bit more insight on to why or what happened. And even then, I was hoping when I was listening to it that he would say something that would make it like the right response to a situation like that, because I was kind of envisioning what I would do. Like if I was a coach and I saw that, I would be fucking pissed. Like I would, it would be grounds of like benching, or if I was in the
getting
NFL,
punched. Did you
I would
see?
release that player. Yeah, so
All
it's
right.
funny. I saw the footage of Jonathan Gannon. So first of all, Emery Demercado is a running back. He's like the third string running back for the Cardinals. And the context of the situation is the Cardinals were winning 21-9.
I think it was 6. It was bad. It was
21-6 with 10 or 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
right. Yeah.
The Cardinals had the ball on the 30-yard line, and Demercado breaks out for like a 70-yard free. He's untouched basically to the end zone, and he lets go of the ball early. The most frustrating thing in the world. So that turnover ended up being a touchback. You could have been looking at a game that was 28-6. Game's over. They're putting bench players in at that point. But then Colts come back and they actually win that game. There was another turnover by Kyler Murray later in the fourth quarter, but it was sort of like the snowball effect, right? So it ended up leading to the Titans' first victory of the season. But yeah, so with that context, everybody's kind of thinking it, but nobody's really saying it. Like that's the reason the Cardinals lost. And Kyler, when he was asked about it, he kind of said the same thing.
Did he really?
Yeah, I was
paraphrasing.
He said that basically, yeah, that kind of mistake led to not necessarily a change of momentum, but he described the point swing and how big that was, and he suggested that it could have been different if that didn't happen, right? And so he was kind of acknowledging the huge swing of events there, which was cool. And then Jonathan Gannon, there was footage of him on the sideline. Jonathan Gannon, by the way, is not somebody who displays a whole lot of emotion. He's really stoic, right? He's always sitting there on the sidelines, and it actually annoys the shit out of Cardinals fans. According to their subreddit, they're just like tired of him being so stoic and emotionless and that kind of thing. But the footage was of him just berating and punching DeMarcado on the sidelines. Because he was rightfully angry. And when I first saw that footage, this was after I saw the press conferences. That's what I was hoping to see in the press conference. But of course, you have to be a professional or whatever and not display that kind of emotion, fears of getting fined. But anyways, I was kind of happy to see that outburst by Gannon, because I just don't know how else you have to do something. Like you see it happen so often. Dude, what went through my head is you establish, like, every team in the NFL. If I was the coach, I would be saying at the beginning, hey, I know you saw this by the Cardinals or the Colts. You guys will never let that happen, because you're going to be handing the ball off to the ref. And if you don't, because I'm telling you right now, as the coach, if you don't do that, then we're benching you. Like, I feel like it's that simple, but it's still happening. Like, week after week, there's always somebody doing it. And the only justification is it's just selfishness by the player. They're just preparing for their stupid celebration by letting go of the ball early. That I don't know, man. What are your thoughts on that? Everything that was just said.
It should be simple, but it's not, right? I don't know what I'd do if I was coach. I like your thought of like in training camp, let's do a drill where literally you have to put your whole body across the goal line, or else like you do a lap or some shit. But the thing is, these players are like all divas because they're all basically millionaires. You know, they've been the best their whole life. But without getting into all that, going back to just the game, like obviously it's a clear, obvious blunder, right? Probably the single biggest reason they lost, of course. And I'm never gonna like exonerate this dude, DiMercato, or anyone else who did it. Like if he gets cut, I think that's fair. I actually would be more into being cut like right after the whistle, the game ends, than what Gannon did personally. Like it's one thing to be pissed. I'd have been so pissed, obviously, and I probably would have had some choice words too. But don't shove your player personally. But anyway, going from just in the game, like beyond that, I don't care that much. It's not like he shoved him to the ground or anything. It wasn't really that bad. But I don't know. I just don't think Gannon has like the level of respect, I guess, for lack of a better word, not just for his own team, but like from the whole league to be pulling shit like that. Anyway, though, I don't think it's like the only reason they lost that game. I don't want to spend too long on it because there was two shitty teams, but there was several like hilarious things that happened. We didn't even mention this was later in the quarter where Cam Ward throws a pick in the end zone. They're trying to score.
Oh my god,
they were
dude,
down
that
like
shit was
9.
crazy.
Dude, yeah, I was just laughing for like the last quarter of this game because so they're driving. They're down like by 9 now. So it's a 2-possession game after that whole touchback thing happened. And then Ward throws a pick. You're like, oh, okay, it's over again. Cardinals just got the ball back. No, the DB gets tackled. He fumbles back immediately. The ball rolls into the end zone. The Titans fall on it, and it's a touchdown. And then it's a 2-point game, and it's like, what the fuck? Or sorry, a 3-point game. And then I don't remember exactly what happened. And then also, this one was like less crazy, but Kyler, at some point in the fourth quarter, he was like backed up. I think it was third down. I'm not sure, but he was under pressure, and he was like near his own end zone, and he's like dancing for like 10, 15 seconds, like typical Kyler Murray stuff. You think he's gonna get away, but he doesn't. It just collapses on him, and then he just like shoves the ball.
Oh yeah,
literally nowhere. Yeah, it was the most obvious intentional grounding you'll ever see, and he just didn't want to get the sack, which is fine.
He flicked it like that.
It was so pathetic. Like honestly, this team deserves to be laughed at, and not just DiMercato. Like he's leading the way for sure, but I don't know. I don't feel that sorry for like Gannon or Kyler Murray or really anyone. It's just a shitty team that just got an epic choke. Like they're lucky this was like not a primetime game. It was so funny.
Kyler was actually asked, "Is this the worst loss that he's experienced?" And they've had some bad losses. And Kyler's like, "Yeah, this is the worst one," and which is crazy because it's week 5. It's not like they're out of it. It's the Niners who are 4-1 in the division, which is a different conversation. But it's just, I don't know. So it reminded me of something else that is really frustrating about the NFL because I saw it throughout as I was unnecessarily wasting my time watching all these press conferences. I saw like fucking 10. Spent like an hour and a half watching the Cardinals press conferences. Anyways, I noticed that and it reminded me of how like these teams, like you see it in Hard Knocks, they're given like really vague and generic words of advice for a week. Like one of those is one you probably heard before. Like, all right, team, we got to focus on finishing. Like, finish. And then they just repeat it. Just like, okay, but we got to finish. So when they're asked questions about what went wrong or whatever, they always say the same thing. A little bit of it is PR speak, but a little bit of it is literally that's all they're told. Like the coaches are just telling them, finish the game. Like 3 quarters is enough. You need 4 quarters of football, of complimentary football, whatever. but like it kind of bothers me because I'm just
Yeah, that's fair.
I it annoys me that like that is the message as opposed to something more specific. Like if I was a defensive end, like I would prefer to hear them say, or I would prefer to say something like contain Murray. Like let's say the goal was to set the edge and don't allow people to get into open space near the sidelines. Like I would rather hear that as a strategy from the team rather than some generic like we got to finish. Like it's stupid. It's just annoying. It makes me feel like it's incompetence by the coaching staff that they're not being more specific about a professional organization's strategy to winning the game. Now, there's also a part of it that you're like, maybe that's not something you want to reveal in a press conference. But let's say that's the case. This is the other thing I wanted to tell you about that bothers me. Why is it that every freaking reporter in the locker room, or honestly, even ESPN, why are they always asking the stupidest fucking questions?
It's incredible,
like,
right?
You and I
Yeah.
get, dude, we ask questions that here that like I feel like, and I'd like to assume that if in the moment, dude, we would ask like really simple, like, well, coach, it was like a really bad turnover. Like arguably this game, that was a 14-point swing, that kind of turnover, right? That's an important change of events. Like you're not even getting like really basic dialogue like that. You're just getting super generic. Like, how did you feel about like losing that game? Like just like a stupid question that makes it really easy for them to give you an even more stupid answer. Like why don't we have anybody as a reporter having the same kind of mindset that we do when we watch the game and then we have really simple questions that would give us really good insight into what they were thinking about the game. Like are there rules we don't know about from reporters that they have to follow? Like what insights are like, what's your guess as to why we have reporters behaving this way, especially when it's fucking on a silver platter for them to ask the right questions to get really good insights?
That's a great question. And you're completely right, by the way. Like if you ever try to watch an actual, doesn't even have to be like a press conference with a coach, even just like a little interview on the sideline, or yeah, like when you're watching a football game after halftime, whatever, the interviews are almost never interesting with the coach. It's just like, how'd you feel about your defense? Yada yada, blah blah blah, and then yeah, it's some generic coach speak. And I feel like this problem is really not even limited to sports. Honestly, I feel like in 2025, the media in general is just so out of touch with the general public. It's
Yeah.
insane, and they're not willing to ask, like you're saying, like any substantial, real questions that anyone actually wants to listen to. And my guess is that like maybe there are some actual rules that we don't know about, but I bet a lot of it too is just like the nature of the market of like interviewer and interviewee over time, and it's like it develops this like a set of unwritten rules because obviously reporters are like, for example, they're interested probably first and foremost in their career, right? Which makes sense.
Yeah.
And the same goes for the coach. So neither of them is trying to like, the coach is not trying to publicly look like a dick, or at least, within reason. And the reporter wants to be able to ask that coach or whoever it is, the player, later on next week, a week after that, and then years down the road, and they want to like build that professional relationship.
Yeah, that relationship is important to them, right? Yeah, they don't want to.
Yeah, if you cut too deep, then like maybe you piss them off, and then I don't know. With these athletes, they're sensitive sometimes, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, dude, you're right. It's just a state of interviewing in general. The press. It seems like it's just a thing. Like it kind of crossed my mind when, like, I don't want this podcast to stray too far away from football, but this this is an example of what I feel like epitomizes why or what we're seeing. Like, why aren't we getting people that at like a Trump conference, like when he says something obviously wrong,
No
how
checks.
why isn't there somebody that's like has
Fucking
common
crazy,
sense to be
dude.
like, wait, that's not even like, it's as simple as like, why aren't we having reporters just say something like, actually, that's factually incorrect. What is your comments on that? It's just not true. Like, why isn't that happening? Like,
Yep.
see, and my point is like, there has to be information we don't know, because you think it's such a simple question that the press can ask in that moment because we're thinking it, but nobody's saying what we're thinking, and it's really frustrating as a viewer, because you're just like, we know there's insights to be had, but it's starting to feel like it's actively avoided because of what is the consequence of hearing the truth? Is it like the reporters are then fired and then we'll never hear from them again? Like, is that what they're avoiding? Or is it like, defamation of their company that they work for? It's just, I'm fucking tired of it. It's really annoying to constantly hear or not hear what we deserve to hear. Like, just fucking sick of it.
Yeah, it blows. It's very disappointing. I guess in sports, maybe there's a small element of like each org has their own, I guess, internal knowledge they want to, or family business they want to keep behind closed doors, which that I do respect, like within reason, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, the press is just useless now. It sucks.
Useless, to say the least. Has there been anything else that's been just as controversial as these past couple weeks? These players doing these dumbass things? I don't think so. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, these are pretty controversial things that are happening.
No, you're right. It's pretty dramatic for the NFL. I don't think so. I think that. Oh, I guess Bad Bunny. That really ruffled some feathers, but no one.
Oh yeah, the American.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the thing is, the what is it? ICE is going to be at the Super Bowl, and they're expecting to ensure only Americans are there, which is insane. It's just an insane mindset to have.
Right.
If you're ICE, to show up to the fucking Super Bowl where the tickets are a minimum $5,000 a ticket, like that's so obviously just a show of power, I guess. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's ridiculous. I don't want to spend much time on it at all. I love Bad Bunny. I think he's going to do great. And yeah, he's very American.
He was born American. Yeah. So yeah, the question I think to ICE was, are you worried about, since Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican, is this now a serious situation where ICE has to step in and prevent illegals from being there or whatever? I was probably wrong, but it was started because of Bad Bunny, basically. Travis Hunter just made a big play on offense.
There you go, Travis.
Pretty good. Anyways.
Good, Travis. Oh, there he is again. I'm a little
Speaking of, Hunter has been, the last week he didn't have a single defensive snap in the second half. He just got the ball again. Are you ahead of me again?
I usually am, only by a little bit.
I just saw that he received the ball in the flats right after the play where he had a sick 25-yard gain.
He should just be a receiver, in my opinion. Whatever. Yeah, what's up?
Well, that's interesting you say that, because a lot of the stats like him at corner. And then I sent you that Instagram reel, which I thought was super insightful, of like how difficult it is to track the success of a cornerback.
Yeah, this is a great video.
But anyways, that's been interesting, because Travis Hunter was such a polarizing figure going into this season because he'd be the first player since Dion or Edelman to play both ways regularly. And he last week didn't have any snaps in the second half on defense. He was all only on offense. But the 2 weeks before that, 2 and 3, he had 50% of his snaps were on defense and offense. He had like 45 in defense and 45, something like that. And I thought that was cool. I mean, I don't think he was. What did you think? Was he terrible? I thought he looked decent. I thought he was pretty good on both.
No, I think he is good either way. I'm fine with it, and like I get that it's cool as shit. Don't get me wrong. I think it just personally, I think it makes more sense, even though it's boring, to pick one side. And I think he can be great either way. I really do.
Yeah.
I would just pick receiver because I think it's, even if he might be better at corner, I think he has the potential to be as good at receiver, and I think it's a little bit more valuable just overall. But
yeah, well,
it'd be pretty dope if he could do both. Yeah, go ahead.
I think so too. Honestly, it would be cool if Dion was right that they're using him incorrectly and he should be playing 100% of the snaps both ways. But we both know the NFL is brutal. 18 weeks, 17 weeks of brutality. So it's unreasonable to think that's just going to change with Hunter. So yeah, it'd be awesome if we were wrong, but it does make sense that they're easing into it. And Liam Cohen is 3-1. I mean,
that's true.
How can we fault him? They've had some pretty decent wins. I think who's their only loss to? Was it the Bengals?
You know what? It might have been. I'm looking that up right now.
Like they're 3-1, and they're playing the Chiefs tonight.
They just tied the game.
Oh, they just tied the game. You are ahead of me. Wait. I want to see this one happen.
Okay, sorry.
Is it Thomas? Wait. Oh, it's Lawrence scrambling. Dude.
I wish it was Thomas.
Didn't we talk about that, dude? He just got to scramble more often. He's so fucking athletic.
I know. He's not even that fast, but he's just so big that it doesn't really matter, you know? He just takes a few steps and it's 10 yards.
He's already scrambled like 3 times in this game for some big gains.
And he's like, he's agile enough. That's all you need.
Because that's what he was like coming out of Clemson. He's just really good at every facet of the game, and that's the one that kind of just opened up the playbook, is him being able to scramble this much very well. He hasn't really done that as Jag. Okay,
they
sorry.
lost to the Bengals, by the way. But they have some good wins. They beat the Niners. They're the only team to beat the Niners, and they beat the Texans, who, even though they're 2-3, they look decent, at least.
Well, they have a better record than the Chiefs, and they just tied it against the Chiefs. And the Chiefs have lost twice now, but they did come off a week last week where they finally had like their best offensive game in like fucking 2 years. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They won like fucking 45-10
or something.
Yeah, it was. I was like, oh, that was cool. Mahomes looked really great. He had like 4 touchdowns, 300 yards.
Worthy looked great. It was good to see.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs will be fine.
Yeah, and well, their division is definitely.
It's tough.
It's tough. We were wrong about I was wrong about the Raiders. You were right about the Raiders. They're going to be fucking trash, and they are.
Oh, they're horrible, dude. Yeah, I didn't think they'd be that bad, actually.
So bad.
Mm-hmm.
So bad.
Do you know? Yeah, we'll get into it
later. Well, speaking of later, let's. So our game is going to be just guess the lines, right? So we'll take a brief break and then we'll kind of review everything as we go with guess the lines.
What's up, Jax? I'm gonna go get some water.
Hold on, I'm gonna write down because I am gonna go get a drink real fast.
Cool.
1 second. Hello, Jax. Jackson. I'm getting up, bud. Oh, you son of a bitch. Credit one bank for what's ahead. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What the fuck?
flu keeping you
I
up?
got this. I don't got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu.
Knock out your flu symptoms with NyQuil Intense Flu. You too got this. NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best of the flu medicine.
Jameson, famously smooth whiskey, and famously big glass. Meet Jose, the one of us. Even when he shows up uninvited, he's never empty-handed. You see, he's nearly as smooth as our whiskey. Must be a Jameson.
Another look at the game-tying touchdown run by Trevor Lawrence, 10 yards. Overtime. And the frustration sort of starting to set in for Big Chris Jones. You get a quarterback like we've seen from Trevor Lawrence tonight, and when he finds those creases and is able to keep it and run, boy, that just really takes the life out of you as a defense, especially the pass rushers that are coming after the quarterback. And we've seen that now several times. Trevor Lawrence has been a big part of this offense for Jacksonville. Smith on the return. Across the 30. Chiefs ball, tie game. Let's talk about the Jaguars. They played a winning round in 2022 as we go to Sawgrass and the Island Green. They won the AFC South. Then last year they finished with the 5-game winning streak. Next two seasons went into the drink. Missed the playoffs in 23 last year, 4 and 13 this year. Going better than most. Better than most. There's one little flag here. Jackson DeVille, their mascot, was teeing off on a short part 3 with a driver. Play action.
There's Worthy.
And a nice gain on first down and 9. I think, Joe, you go back and you look at how this game has unfolded as we got an injury. Xavier Worthy came in, was a little banged up, was questionable with some swelling in his ankle. Wasn't sure what it might look like before the game and if he would in fact play. And it looks like that might be something that he re-aggravated.
Uh-oh.
Travis Kelce in Brazil.
Worthy got hurt.
He missed weeks 2 and 3 with a bad shoulder, a dislocated shoulder, and now went down and got up after a 9-yard gain, grabbing at the ankle. To the sideline he goes. They'll look at him, and it's 2nd down and 1 for the Chiefs. Pacheco picks it up. I was going to say, Joe, you look at this Jaguars defense or team in general, what they've done. When Liam Cohen got the job as the head coach, he said that they were going to be tough. And people think, well, that involves running the football, stopping the run. But he also meant it being mentally tough. And this team, down 7-0, they have the fumble by Trevor Lawrence. They don't score. Kansas City goes down, makes it 14-0. And ever since then, it's been Jacksonville, and they've climbed back in this game. I don't know if the Jaguar teams in years past would have come back from that, but they've shown a lot. Teams being back in this game and holding it up. And Holmes, Pacheco, Wingard, broken tackles and a first down. Strong run after the catch by Isaiah Pacheco being 11. Well, I'll say that looked like they were going to have him short. He just kept running with the ball, making people miss. Does an excellent job of picking up this first down. When he brought back to this offense last week in their home win, dominant over the banged-up Baltimore Ravens.
Worthy got hurt.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I just watched it happen.
Oh my god.
But he's back in the game. He just caught the ball. He was limping out to the sideline. Then he just went back in, so never mind.
Okay, I got behind a little bit. Damn it, dude. Please don't be a freaking glass can.
Yeah, he played more defense in the first quarter, didn't so much in the second quarter. But that's a good matchup with him on Xavier Worthy. And watching him, I thought.
Are you gonna get the FanDuel stuff up?
Yeah, I got it ready.
All right.
I lost the page that I was using where like it hid the lines, so I could click on them to like reveal them. I don't know where that went, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I already wrote them down.
Okay.
On offense in this game, 12 on defense so far. And it's a first down for Kansas City. Under 6 to go, quarter number 3. Well, you're going to see the cut by Pacheco here as he gets bottled up, and then he finds the crease on the backside. Nobody's there. And I know in vision with Andy Reid, he had the injury last year where he broke his fibula, and it just hasn't been as explosive as he was back in 23. Andy says it's just a matter of opportunity. Here's Smith on the outside. Good catch and run.
Finally.
Down, and the yards are coming in chunks right now for the Chiefs. Yeah, you get them. You get the.
I like watching Worthy against Hunter. That's a cool matchup.
Yeah.
Defense, you just got on your heels. You're not sure what.
I'm happy that Pacheco is finally playing well. That shit's been driving me crazy.
Anyone who's watched them over the years, it's like Andy Reid's got a whole different culture.
He doesn't look that bad.
No,
Honestly.
he doesn't. That's the thing, dude.
Yeah, but he's objectively bad at reading blocks, in my
this
opinion.
is fucking stupid. Just puts his head down, runs his ass
exactly.
straight into it.
Like he's great at that, and there is a time and a place, but you got to expand your game. When the hole's there, then he's great. Like when it's obvious, when it's made clear to him.
Sorry, hang on. Send this message.
No, you're good. I actually forgot to bring my water. I'm gonna forget it.
Yeah, I think they found something. It wasn't pretty to begin the year. I thought he had his best game last week. They think he hadn't been here as long as Andy Reid on the original staff, and this year done a great job. Offensive line coach watching as Mahomes spins. Takes the pass, look out to his right, and off he goes, kicking it down inside the 10. Third down coming up. Well, that's some of those hits that Patrick Mahomes took in the first 2 games. He came into this leading rusher in all but 7 yards of that game in the first 2 weeks. He was asked to run a lot. He was scrambling. He was under pressure, but he took a lot of hits along the way. A lot like what he just took. There's Matt Nagy, the offensive coordinator for Kansas City. No sacks. Or Jacksonville tonight. He was sacked only once against the Raiders. They're down to 2. Over the middle.
Okay. I actually liked the Jags matchup tonight because their defense has been playing really well, and they'd have the kind of pass rush to annoy Mahomes. So this is going to be a good game, which is nice.
Would you trade Rico Dowdle for Lad McConkey?
Bro.
Redraft? It's kind of tough, right?
That's a job description I'm not familiar with.
My brain says Lad. My heart says Rico for some reason.
I want the Lad side. Put it that way.
He's the better player.
Chuba Hubbard is still there. So, I don't know. Anyways, what's our Thursday night game?
Eagles, Giants.
Oh! The Jags just picked off Mahomes in the red zone.
He's going to go.
What is that? Oh, he's going to go all the way.
Nice.
No way. Get there. Get there. Oh!
Wow.
Is that Leonard Floyd?
I think so.
The old man?
I don't know. Wow.
Wow. How far? It was a 99-yard interception return TD. Go home. Home. Damn, that's crazy. Dude, everybody's in shock. That's crazy. Now look at that, 21-14. 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
It was 14-7 at the half, right?
Yes.
Pretty sure. Yeah. All right.
Okay, sorry. Obviously that was distracting.
It's-
What is
it's
Thursday
not
Night Football?
Leonard. It's Devin Floyd.
Devin.
Eagles Giants.
Eagles Giants.
I think so.
So the Eagles are 4-1. Giants gave my boys their first win of the season.
No, yeah, it is.
So the Giants only have like one win, I think, and then they're 1-4. Eagles are 4-1. Giants have begun starting Jackson Dart, and I watched that Saints Giants game, and Jackson Dart can run, but he can't throw. He was really bad, in my opinion. But he could run like hell. He was definitely an athlete.
I don't think he's that bad, actually. I don't think he's good. But I don't know. It's his second start. I don't feel like they lost because of him. But he did miss like a touchdown at least and some other throws.
He had like three interceptions, dude.
He did.
Against the Saints.
The Saints defense sucks, right? This was my first time watching them yesterday, actually.
On paper, we're average at best. But yeah, we played a lot better. So did Rattler. Our offense was really good, but it probably had a lot to do with the Giants. Dude, I don't really understand the Giants because, as far as I know, all of their pass rushers are still there. Why weren't they able to pressure Spencer Rattler? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with that defense. They should be a lot better than they are right now. And Dayball over the past, first 5 games, dude, with Daniel Jones doing as well as he's doing, leading the 4-1 Colts. I mean, they're a juggernaut. They blew out. They've been blowing teams out.
They're currently first in the AFC.
So if you're the owner of the Giants and you see Dayball is the one that clamored to get rid of Daniel Jones and Daniel Jones is going off, Saquon's going off, you got to look at Dayball and be like, dude, you told us to get rid of these guys. Like, this has got to be it. Like, does Dayball finish the season as the coach?
I don't think he does. I mean, the smart money's betting on him getting fired, right? I would think so.
He's got to be the leader and getting fired.
I haven't checked. Oh, fun return. Oh, but it might come back. Yeah, he's up there for sure.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of someone who would be above him. Not McDaniel, even though McDaniel's surely up there. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I do think Dayball's coach.
Dude, he's up there too. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, Callahan. No, I think Callahan's actually the hottest right now. Although they just won. But
yeah, it cooled down a little bit with their miraculous
I guess,
win.
dude, that was so stupid. But yeah, feeling bad for the Giants, although not really. But you're right. They're like an enigma. Like, they put it on the Chargers. They kind of dominated them at the line of scrimmage, which, even though the Chargers are like,
that's right,
they're all in the ER, but even then, it's like you don't expect a Harbaugh team to get owned by the Giants like that.
Yeah, that
it's weird.
That team seems like it's just getting worse, and I don't think we've seen the worst yet. We haven't seen rock bottom yet. So are they at home for the Eagles? Is it Eagles at Giants?
I think they are. Yeah, it's in New York.
Okay. Well, the Eagles are coming off a loss where the Eagles weren't that bad actually against the Broncos. The Broncos just played really well at the end of the game, coming from like a 14-point deficit to come and beat the Eagles in Philadelphia. So it was mainly like the Broncos outplaying the Eagles, not the Eagles playing bad, because the storyline with the Eagles this season has been AJ Brown and Devontae Smith have hardly been doing anything. And this is the first game that they each had, Devontae had like 8 catches, 120 yards, touchdown. AJ Brown had a respectable showing for the first time all season. and they have been divas, right, on Twitter or X, whatever the fuck, by complaining for their usage. And it's weird to me because they're getting paid, and I shouldn't be surprised. They're wide receivers, but they're getting paid, so like they're winning. So what's the problem? Like they're just being divas, I guess.
I mean, yeah, that AJ Brown for sure is a diva. He's like one of the most well-known capital D divas. But they got a point to some extent. Like that team is so awful and like unenjoyable to watch for how good they are. Like I never get excited to really watch them on offense. I get excited when I get to watch good teams play the Eagles, because then I get to watch a good unit on defense go against a talented unit on offense. Whereas with the Eagles, it's just like run Saquon, tush push, dump off to Goddard, and then rinse repeat. Occasionally a deep shot to AJ Brown, and then we all go home. So I don't really blame them for being frustrated, especially because they're getting paid like a lot. Even Devontae as the second receiver, I think he's like $25 million. Like on a lot of teams, that is the top receiver paycheck. Hurts has been a little bit down this year, but even then, like that's not an excuse. He's still plenty good enough.
Yep. It's not turning it over.
Yeah. I mean, he's still top 10 QB for me, easily. Although like towards the bottom.
And see, the thing is, what I'm trying to get around to is I saw a really good Eagles team beat a really good Bucks team. And I remember this was 2 weeks ago? I remember the Bucks where they were everybody's darling to beat the Eagles because the Eagles are already being looked at as one of the best teams in the NFL. They just weren't doing it it wasn't very pretty, but they were beating people. And I remember I thought to myself, I think it's weird that this is going to be the pick of the upset with the Bucks because the Bucks to this day have, I think Tristan Wirfs got put on IR. Their offensive line is decimated. So Baker's having to escape the pocket a lot more to make plays. And I feel like that is not the matchup you want to go with the Eagles against the Eagles who have that monster defensive line with Carter and Jalen Carter and who's the other guy? There's another.
You're talking Jalix Hunt?
No, there's another one.
I forget who their stud is. Moro Ojomo. He's a Longhorn.
The defense is good. The defense is very good.
Yes.
And, of course, the Eagles went out and beat the Bucks. Now, granted, it was a close game. Don't get me wrong. But that's a different story because Baker's putting on an MVP effort. But anyways, I think the Eagles are much, much better than the Giants. I think I can see them being favored. Even though they're coming off a loss, this is a tough spot for the Giants. I think that the Eagles are going to be favored by 8.5 points.
All right, I have Eagles 9.5.
Eagles 9.5?
Yeah. Survey says. Oh, look, you got it. Eagles 7.5 on FanDuel.
Ah!
Let's go.
This is the beginning of a week I'm going to win.
Redemption. I think you went up 1-0 last time, though, too. So.
Ah, shit. All right. Anything else about these two teams?
Nope. Eagles will be fine.
Saquon got hurt. I'm going to put that out there. Shut up on the injury report. He didn't practice today.
Hopefully he's
yeah. He's a big boy. Okay, next game. London, or is this the Ireland game? We have another London.
It's
okay.
London.
London at the Jets home game. Broncos at the Jets. Broncos coming off of an emotional win. Now they're traveling across the world. The Jets coming off the only defeated team in the NFL with the rookie head coach Aaron Glenn. So in London, this is a bad spot for the Jets, in my opinion. You got to travel after losing. like getting your ass whooped by who did they just lose to?
They lost to the Cowboys. They got destroyed.
Yeah, the
It
Cowboys
was embarrassing.
fucking annihilated them. Like
Yeah.
the score really wasn't even. I was surprised even that the Jets had their starters in. They must have been embarrassed.
It was pretty mean what Dallas did. Yeah.
But yeah, the Jets. You know, the thing with them, I think I said this at the beginning of the season because I was wrong about this. I was wrong about a lot of stuff, including the Jets potentially being a pretty feisty in their division. That's not going to be the case. And I think it might be because of Glenn. Because look at the defense. They've got some good defensive players. They're underperforming. Then they've got fucking Brees Hall, who's averaging 10 yards a carry. Justin Fields, who's also averaging 10 yards a carry, and he's got what? 2 turnovers total this season. He's looked pretty good. Like, if I were the coach of this team, the Jets, like, we should be the league leader in rushing every week. Like, I would just fucking hang my hat, force other teams to stop us from running the ball because we have, like, how can you stop an attack like that? Because Justin Fields is an incredible runner. Like, you should be setting up your team with a good defense like that to just grind out W's like what the Eagles are doing. But that's not happening. The opposite is happening. They're getting blown out. So I have to blame the coaching staff. I have to. Like, there's too much talent for them to be this bad. What are your thoughts on the Jets?
I mean, it seems like the same exact team that we've watched for, I don't know, 10, 20 years for the Jets. New coach, new quarterback, same shit. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like, it's kind of shocking to me that they're so good at running the ball, even though, like, you're right. Brees Hall's a really good player. Justin Fields, that's like all he's good at. So you would think that with defenses just flooding the box and sending run blitzes and asking Fields to throw, you would think that they would like not be as successful. But yeah, their stats are pretty good.
Travis Hunter just got
game.
hurt on defense.
Yeah, he's gimping.
So you're saying the stats are pretty good for the Jets, right?
Well, just their like rushing stats. That's pretty much it. The defense has been awful. That's really surprising because again, we've talked about this so many times with the Jets. Like their personnel on defense is actually really good. Like Sauce has had, I would say, a pretty good year.
So is Quinnen Williams.
Yeah, so is Quinnen Williams. Pickens did get Sauce for like a 40-yard touchdown, but it's fine. He was good for most of the game,
dude,
in my opinion.
That's different. Pickens.
Yeah, Pickens is good too.
He's incredible. That dude, like, I know he's got a lot of drama around his name. This is for the Cowboys discussion when we get to that point. Fuck, dude.
I was day one.
If you press that dude, if you press him, it's over. Like, he is going to catch the ball.
His release is so good.
It's so good. I honestly, he deserves flowers because he's received a lot of flack for being a fucking idiot, which he is.
Well, he is, yeah.
But fuck, he's good at football. All right,
CD's done something good with him. Yeah, I think Pickens honestly has like a top 3 or top 5 release / like ability to stack the corner, specifically in press coverage. He's damn good. And he's a great ball catcher. Anyway, so yeah, with the Jets, and then Glenn is like all-pro coach, defensive coordinator for the Lions last year. So you would think, if nothing else, the defense would be solid, but they're just trash, man. It's something about the franchise. I don't know who sold whatever, but they did, and yeah, we've already said too much about them. They're just inconsequential. The Jets, it's bad. who are playing? The Broncos are great.
So the Broncos at the beginning of the season, Bo Nix was not good. Then there was a resurgence. The defense also was kind of sus, but they've improved a lot. They beat some good teams. J.K. Dobbins has been very good. When, in the fantasy universe, R.J. Harvey, the rookie, was the one getting drafted in the fucking some people were drafting this guy in the fucking second round. Like it was kind of crazy.
I thought he was like 5th round ADP, which is still.
At the beginning he was, dude. But no, it started getting wild when
really
the kind of hype this guy was getting. Yeah. The point is, J.K. Dobbins has been playing really, and I've watched a lot of it. His highlights, he looks great. So it's kind of epitomized the team. Like the whole team seems to have found this identity of like chip on their shoulder. Like we're way better than you say we are. That's kind of the identity I've noticed with the Broncos, and it's really looking like they're going to be the team to beat in the AFC West, because now with the Chargers having these two back-to-back losses, it's kind of feeling like the Chargers might be a little fraudulent because
they're just all hurt. But
yeah. But I don't know. Call it a feeling that it just kind of feels to me. It feels like the team is like they're missing the X factor that it seems like the Broncos have, right? But yeah, so the Broncos have beaten good teams. Who did they lose to though?
they lost. Freaking hell! All these games just only last in my memory for like 5 minutes.
I guess that's the downside of having long breaks like this.
They lost to the Colts. That's a good loss.
Oh yeah,
and they lost to the Chargers. Yeah, that's 2 fine losses. And that was when the Chargers were like humming too.
Well, it seems like their trajectory right now, the Broncos, is up, and the Jets, it's the opposite. Because I also don't think we've seen the worst of the Jets, because they're getting good games out of their offensive players. So that means – so, yeah. Anyways, my feeling on this spot for the Jets is bad, because emotionally they're probably exhausted because they're frustrated that they're still losing even with really good play individually. So I'm thinking that the Broncos are going to be favored in London by – I'm going to go a touchdown. I'm going to go 7 points. And because of London and the travel on that, I think it's going to shrink it a little bit.
Yeah, that was part of my evaluation too. It's always weird with these Europe games. I have it -6.5 for Denver. Pretty close. Oh shit! I'll let you watch that. The line on FanDuel. Oh my god!
Oh, another turnover.
You got it on the money. It's Broncos -7.
-7?
Yeah.
Baby, I'm back.
Maybe you are.
Yeah, Lawrence just turned it over in his own red zone. Threw a bad pick.
Going back to Dobbins, I want to give him some flowers. He looks like this year so far easily a top 10 running back. And
he does look really good.
No, talent-wise, he's not top 5, just with his age and the injuries. He's never going to have that physical ability anymore. But in terms of like pure rushing ability and like his feel at the line of scrimmage, he's patient, but he's not too patient. When he sees what he wants, he's got that initial burst to get skinny, explode into the second level, and then he can make guys miss. He can run through you. He's like a complete running back. He's so fun to watch.
Yeah, he is.
It's a shame he got hurt, because back when he had that youth and athleticism, if he was playing like this, oh my God, he could have been honestly like Saquon level, I think, because that's how good he is.
Wow.
Well, just in terms of like, again, his feel for the position, I think is elite. Is like one of the best. So hopefully he continues to stay healthy, because you're right. I think that's been the main difference with the Broncos, and part of their identity has been like, we're going to run the ball more, make it easier on Bo Nix, and just like flex on you, because they got this great O-line, and now with Dobbins there, it's a really good offense.
Well, yeah, I like your take. I think he does deserve those flowers, because he has been playing that well, and it's kind of ridiculous that Harvey was assumed to be the better back when you have Dobbins, who was like, he's pretty good in LA.
He was
before he was released. So yeah, it's just interesting how it's been going down, and I don't see any reason why it's going to stop against the Jets in London. So, okay. Anything else on these two teams?
Nah.
All right. Well, let's go to the next game. Well, we might want to skip this one. Does the Seahawks Jaguars, does that have a line yet?
Negative.
All right. Seahawks. I'm gonna touch on that.
Yeah.
Seahawks are looking good. Darnold is what has been statistically, I think, the best quarterback in the league. And I've watched him. He looks legit. He looks awesome. And in my opinion, he's far from the Darnold that was seeing ghosts in New York. And he might be the biggest reason why that team is. I think they're 4-1 now, or are they 3-2?
I think they're 3-2 because they just lost to Baker.
Okay. So yeah, they could be the team coming out of that division, but they're a little behind now. They're behind the Niners, who are definitely outplaying their expectation with Mac Jones at quarterback.
Wow.
Chiefs just scored. Tied game, 21-21. But yeah, the Seahawks did show something concerning to me when they lost to a good team, the Bucs, right? We'll talk about them soon. But the Bucs, man, like they got lucky because they had Darnold. So it was a crazy game. It came down to the wire. It was tied. And with less than 2 minutes left, I want to say like a minute 20, the Seahawks this week, got the ball back, and it was third down, I think, in their own like 25-yard line. And Darnold throws a pick. I will say the ball hit another player's helmet, and Levante David for the Bucs was able to react and pick off the ball. So not entirely Darnold's fault, but story-wise, not what you want to see. Darnold, that's got to hurt. That's really got to hurt. You're playing well, and then that is the sole reason you lose that game. So obviously the Bucs get the ball in great field territory. Sorry, I'm forgetting the term for that. And they kick the game-winning field goal. Bucs are now 4-1. One of the best teams in the league. Do you think the Seahawks are legit? Is Darnold going to give us this play all season, or are we going to get this kind of random turnover and the Seahawks won't actually make it?
Before the season, I was like lower on the Seahawks because it seemed like they were one of the more popular like hipster picks. Like this is a good sleeper team, and so far that's actually played out. They've looked. I actually think you're being a little hard on Darnold. I have not been a Darnold stan really, even going back to last year with Minnesota. I think he's actually playing better this year in Seattle than what was previously his best year in Minnesota. He looks like really good. Like the stats match the eye test through 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Like he's reading the defense. He looks comfortable. And they got a couple good running backs. I like their defense. I worry about the secondary. I actually thought their secondary was better than what I saw yesterday, at least against Abuka. Dude, Abuka is fucking crazy.
Abuka's crazy good, yeah. But the defense, you're right. What you're touching on is that the defense has been really good. Statistically, that was their worst game against the Bucs, but before that, they've been lights out. Like they've been able to depend on them.
And JSN easily is like top 15 at least receiver now, probably top 10.
Yeah.
So it's a good squad, but I still hesitate to trust them fully. I can't really explain why. I think also the NFC is like low-key really deep, especially with like these wild card teams. So that's another reason I'm a little unsure. If I had to bet, I'd probably say they're out of the playoffs, but I could see it go either way. Well, just because I'm saying the depth, like the Commanders look good. Obviously, you got to put Philly in there. We can go through it. But I just think it runs out quickly. Yeah. the Falcons, like it's gonna be an interesting playoff race for sure. 3 teams in the North, maybe 4 teams in the North. You don't know, or maybe 2.
I don't know what's going to happen, but you're right. Like we can't have all these teams, and it's just going to lead to like, dude, we're going to have some crazy drama at the end of this season in the NFC.
Yeah, I'm excited for the playoff race, assuming everyone stays healthy, which nobody
For
is,
real.
I guess.
Let's move on. Chargers at Dolphins. Dolphins looking like a train wreck. They did get a dub against a very bad team, the Jets. That was on Thursday Night Football. But we mentioned earlier,
lost to the
Tyreek
Panthers,
Hill.
right?
But also, the Panthers. And the Panthers had to come back and beat them. They were down 14, and Bryce Young was playing so bad. He's been really bad, Bryce Young, and the Dolphins still came back and won that game. The Panthers came back.
Well, Rico Dowdle went for 200.
200 yards, Rico
stupid.
Dowdle.
I didn't watch this game. I just looked box score.
I saw the full highlights, and Waddle and Darren Waller went fucking nuts. They looked unguardable. They really did.
Makes sense.
Tua had a good game. It was not his fault that the Dolphins have lost, but it was a big reason why the Dolphins have been crappy is because Tua has been playing crappy. But anyways, yeah, they've been bad, and they're going to be at home against the Chargers, who are coming off back-to-back losses. So I think the line is going to show that, yeah, they're coming off back-to-back losses, but the Chargers are still a good team because Herbert's been playing really well. The defense still has Derwin James, one of the best safeties in the league. I think this is a bounce-back game. I don't think Tua and the Dolphins play well against really good teams. They usually get wrecked by good teams. So I can see the Chargers emotionally really investing in this and knowing that they cannot afford a 3-game losing streak, especially in their division. So I think they're going to really take it to the Dolphins. This is a bad spot for the Dolphins, even though they're at home. I know I've been going first every time, but
no, you're good. I'm just laughing because you're like, oh, this is a bad spot for this team, and the team always sucks. And it's like, yeah, well, every week's a bad spot. But sorry.
Well, I like the Chargers by a lot, so I'm gonna go with. This can be almost like a weird revenge game. I'm gonna go 9.5, going a lot of points here.
This is in Miami, right? Yeah. That is a lot. Mine's much smaller. I feel like you're gonna get it. Mine's at -4.5. Not because I don't disagree with anything. I think the Dolphins are shit. I mean, they are. It's just that the Chargers are so banged up. And look, I fully expect them to have like a backs against the wall mentality, like you're saying. I think they're gonna win, and I could easily see them blowing them out for sure. But I don't know when Joe Alt's coming back. Also, their stud running back just got put on IR. I don't know. Their line is hard to trust. I still think they'll easily win this game, but I just see those things affecting the line. So let's see if I'm right. Oh, I got it perfect. It's Chargers -4.5. There we go.
Oh my God, I was way off
on the
then.
board. Yeah.
Damn. I don't know if I agree with that though, because they still have Herbert and he's still playing well. Like it's not like he's been having terrible turnovers here. He's even using his legs a lot more.
He looks great. This is the best year he's had so far. Yeah.
And then John Harbaugh is just a significantly better coach. Jim Harbaugh is a significantly better coach than McDaniels. McDaniels is getting fucking tossed around out there week after week. It should be more than 4.5. It may not have to be 9.5, but it should be, at least 6. Like this 4.5 that's giving the Dolphins way too much credit.
Say it with your chest, man. Put some money on. No, I'm just kidding.
You're right, though. I haven't been betting at all this season. Do you know that?
Oh, really? No, I didn't know that.
I haven't been betting at all. I've been playing Survivor. I've actually been doing really well at Survivor. And I accidentally did not do it this week. I was going to bet on the Colts. I thought I would have won again, and I'd be the furthest I've been in Survivor yet. But I forgot, so it cashes you out immediately if you don't bet. And I was in a big pool, so it was a $25 buy-in. So now I'm forced to cash out at 132, which is annoying because I'm just like, fuck. I've had a pretty good feeling about Survivor this year, and it's my own fault that's the extent of my betting. I haven't been doing any straight up bets, any line bets or nothing. Zero things.
Wow.
Anything for you? You been betting at all?
I laid down 1 or 2 parlays the first couple weeks and then remembered why I don't bet.
I feel like
So
the first
no.
couple of weeks are the worst time to bet.
Definitely. Well, last year it worked out for me. I made a lot of money last year in week 1. And then I had a pretty bad season, but honestly, week 1 carried me into the green for like most of the year. So I don't know. I never bet that much in the first place. Last year, I know you bet a lot, and I would only do it. Well, I'm just comparing, just to give you an idea of the.
I know.
Like,
that's so funny.
There's no judgment here.
I know.
We listen, and we don't.
Come on,
judge.
Little. There we go. 8 minutes left. Jags are up 3. Cam Little just hit a 50-yarder.
8 minutes left. Maybe I'll put something down at some point, but it's not.
I hope you do, and then you tell me about it, because it feels a little less exciting when I'm not betting. The only excitement I've gotten is from Survivor. That's it. So yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. I love football, so it doesn't really need it to
right. Same here.
enjoy it, right? So, anyways, that's enough of these two. Something that's worth mentioning: Quentin Johnston.
Oh yes,
one of the best receivers in the NFL, and
dude,
he was getting clowned at the beginning of the season.
I am here for the QJ turnaround. I don't know if you. I mean, I don't expect you to remember this, but when we started our first Dynasty League, when you started it, I took him in the startup draft. I took him in the 5th round, and that was bad. I was like waiting and waiting on him, and just never came around.
I remember now.
But it's good to see him looking like his TCU self. I was so high on him watching him at TCU. I thought he was going to be a stud, and then I felt like I didn't know anything after his rookie year. But here we are. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, him and a lot of the Chargers are suddenly playing well. Keenan Allen is back with the Chargers, and the dude's averaging freaking 8 targets a game, 6 catches, 60 yards a game. He's scoring. He's getting red zone looks every game.
Right. I don't know how he still looks that good. And then Ladd is Ladd.
Like that. Ladd, he'll be fine. Not worried about him. The offense as a whole has been like, is it Greg Roman? And
it is.
Yeah, he's got a really good game plan, because it seems like a dynamic offense. You don't know where Herbert's going to go. He's either going to run it, or he's got a lot of great targets out there. Even the rookie tight end looks fantastic. But yeah, Chargers look good, man.
As long as the line holds up, they'll be dominant. Yeah. That's the only thing.
Who do you like coming out of that division? Like, with everything we've seen so far, and it looks like the Chiefs might be scraping together a 2-3 or 3-2 start. Who do you like coming out of the AFC West?
I still got to go with the Chiefs, personally.
Wow, you're still with the Chiefs.
And I know you think I'm just like a homer, but I'm really not.
I don't think that. I know that.
All right. Damn. Had me in the first half. No, I just like, let's see someone beat them, you know? I was starting to like finally be like, oh yeah, they're not this year for the Chiefs. Then they get Worthy back, and I understand the Ravens defense sucks, but they looked like what I thought they would look like week 1. So, and their defense always gets better as the season goes on because of Spags. So I still feel good about them, but if I had to go with another team, I'd go Broncos. Broncos look so complete, yeah.
Just by the momentum right now, yeah, I think it makes sense. But Okay, would your answer change at all based on the game tonight? Like, what if the Chiefs come out and lose this game? This would be the first time the Jags can finally beat the Chiefs.
I mean, maybe if they lost, maybe. But even then, I'm just not worried about them. Like I've given them all. I'm going to give them all the benefit of the doubt until they're like out, or until they like actually look terrible. Like even tonight, even if they lose, like I don't feel like they're being outplayed. Plus, I think the Jags are like actually pretty good. So
Yeah,
I'm
they
not-
are.
Yeah.
Okay, Pacheco. Okay, I like. Yeah, I don't know who it's going to be. I'm not even going to make a prediction. Okay, let's move on. By the way, we are finally into our bye weeks. So this past week, we had the Falcons on bye, the Packers on bye, the Bears on bye, Steelers on bye, and that's it. So this upcoming week, the Chiefs are on bye. Anyways, we'll get to that later. But anyways, just want to Bipocalypse is coming. All right, Rams at Ravens. 3 weeks ago I would have said this was a great game, but without Lamar Jackson, and after we just watched the Texans eviscerate, annihilate the Ravens in Baltimore, I haven't seen the Texans look that good since Stroud's rookie year. He threw 4 touchdowns against the Ravens. And it's not like they don't have a whole lot of injuries on defense. The Ravens still on paper look really good. But fuck, their defense is terrible. Terrible. They're getting shredded by the fucking Texans, who don't have an offensive line, and they had no pressure in this game with the Texans again at the Ravens, and Stroud he looked good. Like, that's not exactly a great sign, right? Like, Ravens are 1-4, dude. What do you think about the Ravens? What's going on with them?
Well, I think they are getting killed by injuries actually on defense. They lost that defensive tackle. I always forget his name. He's from A&M. He's got like one of those long names. Doesn't matter. Mbadabukie, M something, Matabuki. Do you know who I'm thinking of? He's a good defensive tackle. He's done for the year. I think
shit.
Nate Wiggins is banged up, but they look terrible, and it goes beyond the injuries for sure. And even on offense, I guess Lamar's hurt, but like they just don't look like themselves. Other than that Week 1 game against the Bills on offense, they look kind of not great. Like Derrick Henry's had mid-game after mid-game since that night.
Fumbles. That's the story over the past 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He has bad game-changing fumbles. It's been really, really tough to see.
Right. Yeah, it's brutal. And it's just a bad team. It's kind of ridiculous. You're right. It's like hard to believe. That was a get-right game for CJ Stroud. Like, he'd been struggling through 4 weeks, and you're right. He looked like his rookie year self again. He was like having fun, so that was good.
Yeah, you could see it. But he had a bounce and a step. He was running with like a madman. He had like a 40-yard run. I was like, shit, I didn't even know he could do that. And I think it had a lot to do with his confidence. It just came back, and he's just like, fuck it, I'm going to take off and run.
Yeah, he was like back at Ohio State. I think he said himself he like felt younger for the first time in a while. Yeah.
Oh, this is coming off last week where he felt like he's getting too old, and he's
you
23.
saw that.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, that was kind of a bad quote by him. But yes.
Oh my God, Mahomes is crazy. What a play!
Oh my God.
I thought he was going to get sacked. This game is crazy, dude. So yeah, Ravens look terrible, and then the Rams, on the other hand, Stafford looks fucking awesome. The defense is treacherous. I mean, they are so scary. They're not just Verse, but is it Hunt? Who's the name?
Byron Young. Byron Young is a stud.
Dude's he's gonna be an All-Pro. I mean, he's been that good this year.
Yep.
This could be.
And they got Poona Ford on the interior. It's a good defense.
Yeah, dude. With that in mind, the way they've been playing, I'm thinking that this could be a shockingly bad line for the Ravens. I'm going to go with, even though the Ravens are at home, it hasn't meant anything. Like, there's something up with this team, and I'm going to ask you a question after I say this line. But I think the Rams are going to be favored by 5.5.
Oh, I have it higher than that. I don't know how the Rams are 3-2. I feel like they should be 5-0.
Yeah, right. The way they're playing, they've had some tough losses.
Yeah, dude, that Thursday night game was. I didn't watch it, but I was pissed that I didn't because apparently it was epic.
Kyron shit the bed, but yes, they lost to the Niners Thursday Night Football this past week.
Rookie Longhorn defensive tackle Alfred Collins punched the ball at the 1 yard line.
Oh yeah,
scooped it. So that was awesome, and he pretty much won the game. They also lost to the Eagles. The Rams did. I don't remember which week it was, but they were up by a lot, and then they let them come back.
Yep, that was really tough. That was the game that we haven't talked about yet. That was also the week, which I think is worth mentioning, where everybody decided to get their kicks blocked. And in the Eagles game, Eagles against the Rams were setting up to make the game-winning kick, and their shit got blocked, and a defensive tackle just picked up the ball and ran it the other way for a touchdown.
He didn't have to do that, but he wanted it. Respect.
Dude.
Like, you should do it.
Rams should have won that game. The stats said it should have been a 10-point victory for the Rams, but yeah, dude, that was a crazy week. There's a lot of blocked kicks. And that was the biggest one of them all. And the Rams are a fraudulent 3-2 team. They should be 5-0. So that's a big reason why I went so high, because I think the Ravens are understandably low. And I know Vegas really likes the Ravens, but I think without Lamar, they're going to finally be like, okay, the Ravens are going to suck. So anyways, I went with 5.5. What was your line?
I have it -8.5 for the Rams.
Whoa.
I thought about going even higher because, the Ravens are just in really bad shape. But like you said, I felt like Vegas would still give them a little bit of benefit, but I guess not as much as you did. So let's see. It's I get it. It's -7.5 for the
7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I was giving too much credit to the Ravens there, even though they're bad.
I know where you're coming from, though, because it's just weird to put that next to the Ravens for them to be that bad.
Yeah.
But there you go.
So, at what point are we going to fire John Harbaugh? How hot is his seat?
I think he deserves to not be in this discussion until the end of his season, at least. Maybe that's giving him too much credit, but this is their first year being bad, and I don't even know how long.
To me, the reason I'm asking it, dude, and it's worth at least considering, is that I've done my best to pay as close attention to the Ravens as I could over these past 3 weeks, and emotionally, they've just been like a really defeated team. It just doesn't look like a team that's well coached, because it seems like they fucking hate football. They look terrible, like both on the sidelines and after, the defense just looks dejected. Like they just don't want to be there. And that is usually from, like, I guess in my opinion, it seems like that's the kind of coach that gets fired when they've kind of lost handle of the team emotionally. And yeah, anyways, have you noticed something like that? That's where my head's been at.
I haven't been paying that close attention, but in that game yesterday, I guess I watched both their last 2 games. I watched the Texans and the Chiefs. That's fair. I mean, I get it. Like, again, if they continue to look like this, then yeah. I mean, no one should be, given a golden ticket no matter what your resume is. Like, if your team is completely quit on you, then it's time to go. I guess I've been giving them more benefit of the doubt because of all the injuries that they've had, including Lamar. But yeah, I agree. I mean, at this point, I don't expect them to make the playoffs. So if that's the case, all bets are off.
Well, I don't think the Ravens are going to – I mean, I think there's a good chance that I'll make the playoffs, even when Lamar comes back.
Yeah, they got problems beyond that.
Anyways. Yeah, what else? Should we just move on? Because do you have anything else about these two teams?
No, I mean, that's pretty much it. I guess the AFC North is not what we thought it might be. And the Rams, I think the Rams are still Super Bowl contenders, honestly. I think their record doesn't do them justice. And that's a competitive division. But yeah, nothing else.
Cool. Let's do next game. It could be a bad game. Cardinals at Colts. Cardinals at the beginning of the season, I was wrong about. I was hoping they'd be better because I do like Jonathan Gannon, at least last year. He seemed like a coach that was going to be in consideration this year for Coach of the Year. And ironically, it should be Shane Steichen. I mean, the ways he's been able to kind of rally his troops to be like the best version of themselves, because it's not like the team on paper is a whole lot better than a whole lot of other teams in the league. But man, Shane Steichen has them fucking firing on all cylinders and reminded Jonathan Taylor why he's the best running back in the league. Dude's averaging 100 yards and a touchdown a game. So it's just been really frustrating for the Cardinals because I don't know, man. I just had higher hopes for them. I don't think you've been in the same boat, but it's been kind of cool watching the Colts just be an absolute juggernaut.
The Colts have been probably the best surprise in the league, I think, so far. Because at this point, how could you not have them in like the contender bucket? Yeah. They are, right? They
have to be.
They're complete.
They're the complete. Their defense is scoring every game.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Their defense was already like solid. Like a lot of people forgot that their defense was good last year because they were bad as a team. And now that their offense is humming like that, it's fun to watch. And I love the Jonathan Taylor career arc, I guess. Like he never really dropped off, honestly. But he hasn't hit this level since that 1 year in 21. So I agree.
Wasn't he close to 2,000 yards or something that year?
I think so. I don't remember what records he either broke or flirted with. Just that he was awesome, and he looks like that again. So yeah, and then on the other side, I've always been out on Kyler, and by extension the Cardinals. I didn't know a whole lot about Gannon, honestly. Before this year, I don't really like what I've seen. So
he's really lost a handle on the team, dude. So I don't blame you.
He looked confused, just he didn't look like he wanted, or he knew exactly what he was going to do in that game yesterday, as they were going on like the best choke job I've ever seen. But yeah, so my line, I'll just say it. I'm a Colts minus 6.5. Maybe it should be higher, but that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I like the Colts much higher than that. I was going to go 8.5. I think the Cardinals they've begun spiraling. Like this is like that incendiary play by DeMarcado that kind of everybody starts pointing fingers at each other, and I think it's just gonna get worse. So I think the Colts are honing their craft. I think they've got great leadership. I think they're going to find a way to focus on taking care of business at home. So I'm going to go 8.5.
Yeah, I regret not going higher. So let's see. Oh no. Okay, there's a line. What was yours?
8.5.
Oh, I got it. It's minus 6.5. That's actually surprising.
Oh, that's low.
I expected you to get it. I just took the lead.
That's crazy, dude. I don't know about that. Like,
yeah.
Can the Cardinals even score that many points? 6.5 is.
Also, I thought Kyler might have been banged up. So
He got looked at on the sideline for a little bit,
okay.
but he went back into the game. And then in the post-conference game press conference, they said he was fine. It's just a precautionary thing.
All right.
Because I saw all the press conferences, so yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
All
gonna
right.
be fine.
I believe you, dude. Thank you.
So the Chiefs scored is 28-24, and Lawrence scrambling again. Minute and a half, 2nd and 6. They're at near midline. What's the score between you and I? Are you up 3-2?
3-2, yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We'll do the rest of the guess the lines here. I kind of want to get a little bevy. So stay tuned. Okay, we're coming back. The Chiefs just lost to the Jags. Jags had a really dramatic goal, 3rd and goal, where Trevor Lawrence, he falls, gets up, falls again, gets up, nearly gets tackled, scrambles for the touchdown to put the Jags up by 3 points, giving the Chiefs 26 seconds, and they still had all 3 timeouts, and their first 3 pass plays were miscommunications, looked bad, ended up leading to a double timeout penalty that led to a 75-yard Hail Mary that fell to 60 yards, and game's over. Jags win.
I guess they're pretty good.
That leaves the Jags at 4-1. Chiefs are now 2-3. And I mean, if you're the Jags, you got to be thinking here, like this is a legit win. That this is going to catapult them. I mean, they're in the same division as the Colts, so it's not like the Colts have this easy.
And
When
the
did
Texans look good.
Texans look like they're getting better, right?
Damn, that is a decent division. And then there's the Titans.
Is the lineup for the Seahawks at Jaguars now that the game is over?
Refresh. I don't see it.
Okay. That's all right. Still a really fun game to watch, and I'm curious how they respond next week. I'm wondering, week 7. Oh, they're on bye. Well, I can't wait until they play each other, Colts and Jags. That's going to be awesome. All right, next game. We got the Cowboys at the Panthers, the Rico Dowdle revenge game. So the Panthers have been generally really bad, but they did come off back-to-back weeks with a comeback. One against the Cardinals, didn't materialize to a dub, but they did look really good. Tet McMillan's looked fantastic. I've seen a lot of him play. His stats haven't looked like it. That dude looks like he's going to be crazy good. He reminds me of AJ Green, the old Bengals stalwart at receiver. And then the Panthers came back and beat the Dolphins. But then you got the Cowboys, who've had the leading pass yards and touchdown thrower in Dak, and one of the worst defenses ever. But this most recent game against the Jets, they were a little bit better. It is Eberflus installing a new defensive system, so it makes sense that they're bad, but not this bad, right? Like, did you expect the Cowboys be this bad?
On defense? Well, I expected them to be pretty bad. Maybe not this bad, but I'm not as surprised as you, I guess.
Do you think it would be worse if it was anyone but Eberflus at defensive coordinator?
I think it was probably always going to be bad with the personnel that's there. But
no matter who it was.
Well, I was open to the possibility that Eberflus actually came in and did an all right job, just focusing on, coordinator stuff like X's and O's. But he's been bad. I don't really understand why he's playing as much zone as he is when most of our defensive backs, like when they do have success, it's usually in man or like
Yeah.
supporting blitzes and stuff. So I don't know. That being said, I hate the personnel for the most part, so I don't entirely blame Eberflus.
Do you think the loss of Micah Parsons is affecting how the defense plays?
I
Do
do.
you
I
think
think
they've kind of given up?
no. I mean, I think they actually have been better the last couple weeks. I know they had the terrible game against the Packers, but they even in that game they got a couple timely stops that let their offense keep them in it, and then they shut down the Jets somehow, which I'm still confused about. I don't really give them a whole lot of credit for that because it's the Jets, but
Yeah.
some of their pass rush has finally gone home a little bit, like Sam Williams, Dante Fowler, like these random names. They're trying to replace Micah in the aggregate, as Moneyball says, but it's probably not going to work.
Yeah. Well, what's the Cowboys' record right now? Are they 2-3?
They're 2-1 because they had the tie.
Oh yeah, the tie.
Yeah.
That's one thing we didn't talk about, which we should touch on now. The Micah Parsons revenge game. So the Green Bay Packers went into Dallas last week and had a absolute shootout, where the Packers, haven't been that great the past 3 weeks. So they went into their bye week this week with a tie. But the Cowboys this season have been offensively pretty dang good, even without CD Lamb. They've also got this guy who's been really good. This guy named Flournoy. What, I don't know his name. He's been solid.
Flournoy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a big game yesterday.
He's kind of come out of the woodwork. But then, most interestingly, I know the Packers are on bye this week, but we'll get to them. Are they actually that good? Like, why have they been stalling? Was it more of a Cowboys being better than they were, or was it the Packers being worse than they are? And from that tie,
I think. Well, I don't want to read too much into any one game, right? I'm not worried about the Packers at all. Maybe they're getting too much. Well, yeah, no, not really. They were probably getting too much love, including from me, as far as like Super Bowl, right? But having said that, I still think they absolutely belong in the discussion, like on the short list of teams that could get there. I mean, the Cowboys' offense is literally the best in the league right now, like statistically. So, and Dak's playing like an MVP. Him and Baker seem like they're dueling each other through 5 weeks at least. So I don't give them. I don't know. I don't want to punish them too hard. They should have played better that night, the defense for the Packers, but right now the Cowboys' offense is kind of like a beast. And then their their offense, in my opinion, still is pretty good with like Jordan Love and their receivers, and Josh Jacobs still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm just not worried about it. Unless someone gets hurt, I think they'll be fine.
I think you've turned from a Bengals fan into a Packers fan because you're surprisingly not critical of the Packers. I was kind of expecting you to be more critical of them, but I guess you're just a Packers fan now.
Tell me specifically, what are you worried about for the Packers? Can you point to a weakness?
Well, the defense just hasn't been able to generate a pass rush. I would expect them to have improved their pass rush with the addition of Parsons, and they already had a good pass rush without Parsons, and it seemed like Dak and that offense was still able to scheme whatever they wanted. I mean, fucking Jake Ferguson's 10 catches, 100 yards. So, I mean, come on. You don't have a tight end succeed like that unless you have time in the pocket or you're rolling out. Anyways, I guess I'm just concerned because if that's what it's going to look like for shootouts, I mean, that isn't something to be – I'd just be concerned because if they're going to play teams like the Cowboys and tie them, I mean, they're going to play a better team eventually. And if their defense doesn't show up to give them what they need, like that's not a Super Bowl contender. So that's where I would look if I was a Packers fan. I'd be a little worried. Not panicking, but I'd just be worried, you know.
That's completely understandable. If they repeat that, then sure, I'll definitely be more concerned. But I don't expect them to have that bad of a performance again. I think if there is a weakness, it's the secondary for me, more so than the pass rush. Obviously, they're kind of related, but even their secondary, I like Keyshawn Nixon a lot and Xavier McKinney. But I will say for like an elite one-on-one man beater, like a George Pickens, yes, that defense can give up some yards for sure. But that's what it's going to take, is someone who's elite.
Yeah, that's true. I think we touched on it a little bit, but Pickens is elite in that specific spot. He scored again this past week.
Yeah.
And he's proven to be a worthy investment for the Cowboys. Anyways, we'll get more to the Packers once we get there. But I'm going to go with I like the Packers, but I know they're going to Carolina. So I actually don't think the line's going to be that high because I think the Panthers, this is a good spot for them because they finally had an emotional win that worked in their favor and they get to come back home. Now, they have Derek Brown, the Panthers do, so they have at least someone defensively that can cause some chaos up front and make Dak's game a little bit less successful. I think that's going to be a factor for the Cowboys. I know it wasn't for the Packers, but yeah, I think the Panthers will probably outplay their value a little bit with this game. So I'm going to go Cowboys by 3.5.
I have it Cowboys minus 8.5. So way different there. I just think
8.5
hitting on all cylinders. Javonte Williams just gets better every week, it seems like, by the way.
Dude, he looks awesome. He looks impossible to tackle.
Yeah, he looks good. You're right. You got it perfect. Minus 3.5. Okay, I was way too high.
I like how I was way off with the fucking who was it? The Chargers, and you were spot on. No, I forgot who it was. And then it's this completely.
It was Chargers. Yeah. It's a blind spot.
Well, why did you think it was that high? What was your reasoning?
Mostly is because Panthers defense is terrible and Cowboys have the best offense in the league. That was really it. But I guess the Panthers also will probably put up a lot of points on the Cowboys defense.
You think the Cowboys have a better offense than the Colts?
Yes.
Wow.
I do.
Huh.
Right now. Based on what right now.
It's not like a crazy thing to say. But yeah, I think it's close. And the Colts.
I mean, yeah, sure. I didn't say it wasn't close. The Colts.
All right.
Great.
Well, anything else you want to add on the Cowboys? I don't think there's much else for the Panthers. They're in a tough division.
Once Ceedee gets back, it's exciting to think about.
All right. Patriots at Saints. Patriots coming off a big win Sunday night against the Bills, knocking them off, giving them their first loss. And, dude, Drake May. Dude's for real. But they are running into a lethal Saints team getting their first win against a very good team in the Giants. And may not be that easy for the Patriots to go into New Orleans and beat them. So I'm being a hair sarcastic there. I think the Saints are definitely in a better spot than anticipated. They finally got their guy back. Taysom Hill is playing again. And he he still looks pretty dang dangerous. But the Patriots also seem to be finally hitting their stride. But there's It's a big thing I wanted to talk to you about that I've learned a lot about recently, and I think a lot of people are talking about it. Why are the Patriots, in your opinion, still giving the ball to Ramondre Stevenson? He has now fumbled the ball and lost a fumble 5 times in the past 3 games.
That's so bad. I didn't know it was that bad, actually. Dude, your guess is as good as mine. I think the common theory that I've seen online is like Vrabel and freaking McDaniel. What's his name? Josh
McDaniels.
They're just
Back
so old school and they don't trust rookies, which that was the thing among like the previous generation of coaches is like even when the rookie's really good, you got to bring them on slowly. Really outdated way of thinking. From what I've read, also Travion Henderson has actually been struggling a lot in pass protection. So I guess it's fair because at least Ramondre can do that pretty consistently. And he did look pretty good. I think it was against Miami. Stevenson looked actually like his old self running the ball. But yeah, when you're like just averaging almost 2 turnovers a game and then you
That's
look mid
crazy.
most of the time, yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's not even worth it at that point, right?
No, it's
if
not.
He's a walking turnover. It doesn't matter how good you are. You're still going to give the ball to the other team.
Right.
So
he can't be trusted.
You have to have done something or actively doing something worse than that. So Gibson is now out for the year towards ACL. That was the 3rd backup in the rotation. So now, what excuse is there for not giving Henderson the ball? Now I wanted to add some feedback that I read right before we went on air. It is somebody noticed twice that Henderson was executing the plays incorrectly and tapping the shoulder of his fellow fullback and pointing which direction he needs to be running. So that shows the possibility of what if Henderson is a rookie that doesn't know the playbook. So they're probably, I can see that being a reason why, they can't predict. I mean, they could easily predict Stevenson fumbling because he's fucking fumbling the ball.
He's doing it all the time.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're giving Stevenson the benefit of the doubt here, they don't trust Henderson because he'll lead to a turnover and he's a rookie. So that happens more.
Yeah, I think it's definitely about a combination of maybe his game is going to take a little bit longer to translate. I think that's at least a part of it. So it's not just like, oh, this rookie's, clearly so much better. Like, just he needs to be out there 100% of the time. I don't think it's that. Even though I do think he's better, like he could use some work between the tackles, and clearly he's struggling with blitz pickup. And then yeah, it's also the mental part where he's just not where he needs to be. Probably, I think that's more common than fans even realize. Honestly, is my bet among rookies, especially on offense.
Well, to play devil's advocate for this situation, if you're an old school coach that doesn't like playing the rookies, okay. But how do you justify to your fans when you see guys like Egbuka just going fucking crazy? You know how he's able to do that? They're fucking throwing him the ball. And I know it's a little bit easier for a receiver to just run the right route or whatever because they're not given route trees when you're a rookie. You're just told to go run the route. It's just hard because you're just like, look at all that talent that Egbuka has. I know that Henderson has that kind of talent too. So why aren't we simplifying the game plan here and utilizing our talent when especially we have another player on the team that's actively giving the ball away? Like, is a little bit of this going to be on the coach because he's too fucking stubborn to use like his players in the right way, fucking do his job and coach?
I'm with you, man. I would play Henderson more. I don't know. And this goes back to the reporter thing. I wish people would be more direct and ask what it
Yeah.
is that he needs to do to get on the field. Abuka, though, this doesn't matter, but Ibuka's not a good example for what you're saying because he's like the smartest rookie, I'm pretty sure. That
Oh, I didn't
dude,
say that.
just every time I've read or heard like, someone talk about him in the media, apparently he just like knows so much about football and he's quickly acclimated to the NFL without almost any issue. There was a story I was watching the Bucks one of these weeks. I don't know which game it was, but there was a story that one of the commentators was talking about from training camp where Baker got the huddle with the first team offense. He called the play and he was like, okay, you go do this. And then Ibuka corrected him. He's like, no, actually, you're supposed to do this on this play. And then Baker
Oh,
checked with the coach and Ibuka was right, which is crazy.
whoa,
So,
that's cool.
yeah, but I think Ibuka is just like a special breed. Also, he
Yeah.
played at least 4 years in college or something. And he's from
Okay.
Ohio State. It's just like, he's a special human.
Well, then here, let me give you a better example.
Oh, I
Then.
guess so did Henderson. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Omarion
Hampton.
Hampton. That's probably the
Yeah.
closest, right?
You're right. And I got nothing for that. So I agree with you. I think Henderson needs to play more.
Here's another one. Judkins. He didn't even play the first 2 weeks, so he is
I
even
know.
more of an excuse to not
Right.
play.
Right.
But then what did they do? They give him the fucking ball. And
Yeah.
he is thriving. He looks great, by the way.
He
I'm
does.
wrong about him, and I'm happy when I'm wrong like this because fuck, he is very explosive. I'm
Oh, yeah.
shocked how good that dude is. Gene T, another guy, they trusted it. Like I remember the first 3 weeks, he was getting hit in the backfield, but there was a secret little stat about Genty, whatever the fuck, that he had the top elusive rating in the NFL. Now, it had a lot to do with volume of getting hit behind the line of scrimmage and being forced to break tackles, but that was like a green flag to like, oh, he'll be fine. And now the past 2 weeks, the man's eaten. He's been playing really, really well, going over 100 yards each game, at least from scrimmage. And again, they're feeding the dude the rock, and they're simplifying the game. They're just giving him simple inside zones. Throwing to Gene on like little bubble screens or the flats, just shit like that, where I'm just like, you just got to be so stuck in your ways that you're not willing to do the simple plays for Henderson to avoid giving Stevenson the ball. That's my logic here. If I were a Patriots fan, I'd be really annoyed because I feel like you're actively leaving out one of the most explosive players in the NFL, which we've already seen in preseason. So there's really no excuse from my perspective to not at least design gadget plays like you do for fast guys. Like, why aren't you doing that for Henderson? I don't care how bad his pass pro is. Fucking take him out of it. Put him in the slot. Run a fucking receiver screen do something. Like, get creative. That's what you're paid the money for. So, anyways, that's another soapbox I wanted to get on him. Any thoughts on that?
No, I concur. I need Trevion Henderson to start seeing the field for my dynasty team. And I've always been not a fan at all of Josh McDaniels. He just like, I don't know. I don't like him. He seems like a dick, but whatever.
Well, I can see this being a reason for them to not change anything because they're playing pretty well. I mean, Drake is having a good season so far. He's also lethal with his legs. May's been
he's good.
one of the biggest surprises of the season. I mean, we knew he was going to be good, but not this good. So we may not see a single change with the whole running back situation, which is hell of annoying. Imagine, dude. Okay, could you imagine the Patriots are so stubborn? They're just like, let's go sign someone. Let's go to the free
I could
agency.
absolutely see that happening. Yes. I do think Henderson is their most dynamic skill player, but it is what it is.
All right. Well, that was a soapbox I wanted to get on. I think the Patriots are going to be favored against the Saints, unfortunately, but I don't think it's going to be by much because I think this is a good spot for the Saints. The question is, how much does Vegas want to give them credit for in this spot? And I don't think it's going to be much because I know the Saints analytically are fucking terrible. So I'm going to go with Patriots on the road against the Saints. I'm going to go -3. I'm going to go pretty low.
I have it -5.5. I'm a little higher. On
I think you're going
Patriots.
to win this. The reason I'm going low is because this is the Patriots just came off a really difficult win, short rest. So I'm hoping Vegas does that too. It's just a weird spot.
It's what was yours? 3.5.
3.
Okay, it's 3.5. So you get it.
Ooh, baby. At least my
Ooh,
logic was
3.
there.
Yeah.
You just don't like the Saints, huh? That's what it is. Or you love Drake May.
I finally watched the Saints for the first time yesterday. They look bad, but I do love Drake May. I was high on him preseason, so I feel
Yeah.
pretty good about him.
Yeah. All right. Well, we should just move on because we got a banger of a pod, but it's extending.
Yes. It's about to be midnight.
Browns at Steelers. Steelers coming off a bye week, and I really like it when they do that. This is a terrible spot for Cleveland. Cleveland coming back from London. They just lost to the Carson Wentz led Vikings, and I mean they had a chance to win there, but you got to be frustrated if you're a Browns fan here. So they're going to come back and then go on the road to Pittsburgh. That's terrible. I'm going to go with Steelers. I'm going to go 5.5. Steelers
All right,
favored
we're
by 5.5.
close. I have it Steelers -4.5. Dylan Gabriel looked better than I thought he would.
He's a little bit over 50% completion rate. Just a touchdown, a couple turnovers.
Yeah, nothing special, but you know what? For your first start in the NFL, I think that was just fine. So good luck to him.
Defense is still legit, though. They're always going to
Yes.
keep them in games.
That's the Browns.
Especially
And
against divisional matchups like this. It's going to be really important for them to play up to their defensive level.
we agree about Quinshon Judkins. He looks awesome. You said 3.5. What did you say? I keep asking you.
Steelers 5.5.
5. Okay, you got it perfect again. I was at -4.5. It's -5.5.
Your boy's taking the lead.
Yeah,
I think I'm up
here we go.
5-4.
5-3.
5-3. Browns. So the Ravens, not so good. Browns are what? They've won one game. So is this just going to be the Steelers' division to run away with this? Or do the Browns, I mean, we know the Bengals are probably going to be ass. Continue to be ass. And then the Ravens, we don't know how long Lamar is going to be out, and they're just ass. Do the Browns have a chance to squeak into the playoffs in a relatively weak AFC?
Nah, I'm not buying that. Not at all. I would take the Ravens to recover from their slump before taking the Browns.
I just want to entertain the idea because they finally made the decision to go with Gabriel, and then they let Flacco go. It made sense. He wasn't playing that well. I love Flacco, but it made sense for them to move on. But I can see a storyline where Gabriel plays well enough, and the defense he is good enough to get them W's. Like if there was a team right now to take odds to sneak into the playoffs just because of that random storyline, I could see it being them. But anyways, the Steelers also are surprisingly good. We didn't talk about it, but Rodgers has been very good this year, at least for what was expected of him. He's been relatively really good.
Yeah.
And so has DK Metcalf. They've clicked really well. That offense has been surprisingly good. Jalen Warren has been a workhorse.
Kenneth Gainwell looked good in his absence too.
Yeah.
It's just like these random dudes popping off.
And then Jalen Ramsey, the old man, being one of the best corners in the league, coverage-wise, which is shocking to me at least. He's made several game-winning plays for the Steelers. So Steelers are – I thought this was going to be the year that Tomlin would finally get cooked.
Oh, I should have known.
No.
This is the most Steelers this year.
That's on us.
Why did we buy it?
Everybody, dude, it's not just us. Everybody wants
Yeah.
to fade the Steelers. They're waiting for the moment when Tomlin finally gets what he's got coming to him. But I don't think it's going to be this year.
Nope. They're gonna go 9-8 and win the AFC North.
Going to get that. Was it 13th year in a row of a winning record? Something ridiculous.
Yeah, they'll get walloped by like the Chargers or someone in the playoffs, and that's fine.
All right, Titans at Raiders.
Oh,
Titans get their game of the season. Titans finally getting their dub. Raiders, boy, Geno Smith.
Boy,
Just fucking what is going on in Oakland? I mean, Gene T is the only thing really. Gene T and Crosby. Crosby has been playing out of his mind lately.
has he? I haven't seen
Yeah,
a lot of the Raiders.
He's been deflecting a lot of passes, been causing a lot of like the only disruptions have been because of him. I remember
well,
there
that
was one
I believe.
two games ago. I can't remember who it was. It was a rookie. No, it was someone that was young, and they played the Raiders. And after the game, he's like, "Crosby was is the best player I've ever played."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I saw
he was
that.
unbelievable. And he is. He's awesome. So still, the Raiders suck. I think they're 1-4. They're 1-4. They're playing another 1-4 team. It's really hard to see the Raiders favored here, but they're playing the fucking Titans.
Yeah, who do you even put down?
This
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this is gonna be a coin flip game. So
This is awful.
they really, I mean, this is a Raiders team that's frustrated, but they're staying home. They're going back home, and then the Titans, they've got some momentum, so the line might be closer than expected. I think if they had lost that game, I think the Raiders would be favored by at least a field goal. But since they won, I think the line is going to change a lot. So I'm going to go Raiders -2.
Oh wow, this is the closest we've been. I'm Raiders -1.5.
Yeah.
Without being on the same exact. Don't watch this game. Do not watch this game, please. Don't
even
all right.
televise it.
Literally, dude, punish them. Don't stream it. Nothing. No radio call. Okay, you get it again. It's Raiders -5.5. I guess that.
Oh, what the fuck? No, come on.
Yeah.
Titans, not that bad.
Coming off a dub. I can see it. I kind of regret my pick.
Come on.
Because you were talking about it, and then I was just thinking more, and you're right. Like, they needed the most bullshit win you'll ever see in your life. They got this yesterday. The Titans did.
Yeah, it's fucking fraudulent.
They look so bad. Their coach, dude, he's so easily the worst coach in the league. Bill Callahan.
I know. Yeah, he should be the one that gets fired first.
He doesn't even know the rules, dude. I'm not even fucking with you. I don't remember what rule it is, but he was like asking someone on his staff at a game. He was like, "That's how that works." Like, yeah, dude, you're the fucking head coach. Oh my god, I don't know how he has a job. Honestly, they're terrible. I'm okay with that line. I should have known better.
Dang, yeah, I didn't even deserve that dub, but I did get that.
I feel bad for Cam Ward. Man, whatever.
Yeah, you know what? Cam Ward, his season.
He's all right.
But the plays that he went, so I watched a lot of that game actually, sadly. And dude, Ward had some fucking fire throws. I mean, the dude's got a lot of talent, and I actually love the way he scrambles. One thing we've kind of touched on last year is a criticism I gave of Bo Nix is when you scramble to gain yards as opposed to you scramble to buy yourself time. I've noticed that Cam Ward scrambles to get himself a good time and a good look. And I always felt like that is a kind of good sign for a rookie quarterback. That's something that you can build on that will help him develop. Because if you're giving yourself a crutch to run, you don't have as high likelihood of developing as a passer. I think Bo Nix is sort of an exception. I think it's just more unlikely if you're going to be running more often than throwing. So anyways, I've noticed that with Cam, and then he's had bad throws here and there, but he's also had a lot of awesome plays. So the future's bright for the Titans, but they just really need to get rid of that fucking dude, Bill Callahan.
Yeah, Ward's a gunslinger. I think it sucks because they have like nothing to help them. Like their talent is barren. I mean, Calvin Ridley is their best receiver, and he's like not that good anymore, unfortunately. They have Alec Iomanor. I know you like him, the rookie, which is he's fine,
He's all right,
but
not crazy
he's
about him. But
he's all right. And their running backs are just all right. And the line
Yeah.
sucks. The defense sucks. It's just a shit team.
it's just it's like a mid team that's playing bad.
Yeah,
That's how I look at it.
that's fair. And it's because the coach. But that's enough about them.
Okay, this is going to be an awesome game. Niners at Bucks. Woo!
Yeah.
4-1 versus 4-1. MVP candidate. If you haven't, you might be too late, but this is a good time to bet on an MVP for Baker because, dude, his resume is looking better and better. And like we talked about, it's a storybook award. If he has the fucking record for it too, how do you not vote for Baker Mayfield?
I'll tell you why. There's only one reason you don't vote for Baker, and it's Dak. That's the only reason.
Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me?
Don't give me that. Dak's
I'm gonna ignore that comment.
Dude, look, if you ask me, I'm not gonna let you ignore it. If you ask me who's better, of course I'm gonna tell you Baker. Baker is better. But Dak looks good, and if you want narrative, it's the Cowboys. If they sneak into the playoffs, I'm telling you, Dak might win MVP. He almost did 2 years ago.
I remember that. People were kind of mentioning him, and yeah, but no. So
Baker looks great, and
I'm just being a hater, dude. I'm being a hater.
I'm not being a hater
too.
Look, I can't stand Baker, but I recognize that he's right now he's playing like one of the best, probably the best in the league. But so is Dak.
It helps that the Bucks probably have Rookie of the Year here. And you told a brief story about Egbuka, but he's been phenomenal. And Mike Evans has been hurt for a few weeks, but they've got a loaded offense. Bucky was put on IR, but watching Rachaad White, pretty solid. I mean, the offense just seems to be fueled by a relentless and resilient Baker. It looks like to me an offense has completely bought into Baker, and they're kind of playing like Baker Mayfield, if that makes sense. They're just outplaying their value, if that makes sense. They're really playing the best they can every week, and I feel like Baker is just kind of giving them that type of fuel. And the Niners are kind of doing the same thing. I mean, Mac Jones has surprisingly been good. Purdy's
MVP. I'm just kidding.
Well, Purdy's been. What's up with him? Because didn't he play not like last week, but 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, and then he like re-aggravated his toe or something.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly, but yeah, the Niners just doing classic Shanahan stuff.
And McCaffrey he's already got like 100 receptions already, like something stupid, ridiculous. He's not even running the ball very well. He's the
offense.
Yeah,
again.
Yeah, and he's looked great. I mean, he looks like the former offensive MVP. Yeah, I mean, do you think like who is it? Who do you give the most credit to? Do you give the credit to McCaffrey, Mac Jones, or Shanahan?
If I have to pick one, I'm going Shanahan.
Wow. Why not?
What about you?
McCaffrey?
I mean, like you said, McCaffrey's been good, clearly. I don't think he's running like the third or fourth best running back in the league. I think there's a few guys who look better than him right now, like, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, Corey Krosky-Merritt from the Commanders looks insane. He's not better than McCaffrey. But anyway, my point is just a lot of McCaffrey's stats, right, are just like him doing these 4 or 5 yard hitches, getting the dump off, and then turning around, getting 8 yards, and just doing that over and over again. And sometimes you'll watch it, and it's like, how the fuck does the defense not stop this? Because it's happening like almost every play. but that's where Shanahan is just a genius because like if you do try to stop it, he'll hit you over the top with like the 7th string receiver like Kendrick Bourne or whoever he just signed off the street. And it'll
10
work.
catches, 120 yards.
Yeah, dude. Ricky Pearsall was out. George Kittle's been out. Like what the fuck? And I feel like this is not the first year where we've seen the Niners
True.
get
I haven't
destroyed
given
by
that credit.
injuries, and
Yep.
then they still go and they make the playoffs, and they're like one of the
Yeah.
best offenses. So
It should be Shanahan. That
Yeah.
that makes a lot more sense. The reason I was going to suggest McCaffrey is because he's one of those players we've talked about before that uplifts the team, kind of like Baker,
He
just at a
does.
different position.
he does.
You know, and McCaffrey's definitely the kind of running back. Like it gives your team juice when you know you've got a guy like that. So that's why I suggested McCaffrey's that much of a addition to the team. But I mean, Shanahan has got the defense playing better than they are as well, right? It's not just the offense. You got to have a good defense to stop the Rams, right? So
Yeah. Shout out Robert Saleh.
So yeah, there you go. See, dude. Oh, we fucking talked about that. We talked about how that was going to be a big deal, and they even lost Bosa for the year. So like, yeah, he deserves a lot of credit here.
Yeah.
Anyways, with all that being said, this is going to be a close game. I have a hard time seeing the Bucs being favored by a field goal here, especially with the Niners have extended rest. They have a rest advantage. They are traveling on the road here. They're actually going across the country because they were in LA to play the Rams on Thursday night, but now they're traveling all the way to Florida to Tampa Bay for this one. So I'm going to go Buccaneers favored by 2.5. Not a field goal, 2.5.
All right, we finally canceled each other out. I'm also Bucks minus 2.5.
Oh,
And it's mostly because they're at home and because healthier in San Francisco. And Baker versus Mac Jones. Like, even though it's Mac Jones' redemption season, come on now. It's Baker. And yeah, Vandal has Tampa Bay minus 3. There you go.
dang. I should have gone with the field goal. I almost said it. But I was, it's weird. The 49ers are just playing too well. That half point is a big deal in betting. So
yeah, it is.
You have to be careful if you want to give them the minus 3. Okay, next game, Bengals at Packers. Bengals, human garbage. Browning, he's been not very good. He's been turning the ball over so much. He's
Dude,
throwing
he sucks.
Yeah, but it's fucking garbage time. It doesn't. He's empty stats. Like I remember watching the highlights of this one of the Bengals and the Lions just dismantling the Bengals. The Bengals, honestly, they should consider a different quarterback because they're never going to be in games with that quarterback if he's just going to turn the ball over. If they're playing from behind, what's the fucking point? Just because he had a good season last year doesn't mean, or 2 years ago, doesn't mean that he should still be the backup now. Like he can regress. That's a possibility. And they're about to face a Packers team that just had a bye week, and they had one of their best offensive showings of and when a long ass I can't remember the last time they played that well offensively. So I think this line's going to be kind of big. I like the Packers here. I know that the Bengals can probably still score, so it won't be that big. I'm going to go Packers 7.5 at home.
I think Zach Taylor finally opened the door to potentially bench him.
Really?
He got asked after the game yesterday if Browning was for sure the starter next week, and he gave some non-answer. He was like, "We're going to evaluate all options" or something. Granted, I don't know who that is unless you trade for someone, but I mean, yeah, Browning. First of all, he can't progress past his first read. Oh my god, it's so bad to watch, dude. He's so bad, and then even then, he's like unable to make the throw. Oh god, I hate the Bengals so much, dude. Like everything they do pisses me off. It's just a terribly run. It's maybe the worst run team in the league, and Burrow has just been. Yes, the ownership is so broke. Actually, broke is the wrong word. They just act broke. Whatever. I have Packers minus 11.5. I hope they. I hope they win by like 50.
Dude, if it's more than 10, I would be surprised.
I usually don't go over 10, but I think in this case it's fair. Well, let's see. Oh, dude, why don't you guess what it is?
Is it 16?
It's close to that. It's minus 14 and a half.
Oh my god.
That's embarrassing.
Dude. And was it last week where the Bills were favored by 16 and a half, one of the largest spreads in like years?
Was it last year? That sounds right.
2 weeks ago? No. This year. It was the
Oh,
Bills.
sorry.
No, shoot, who was it? It was somebody really bad. Obviously, it's fucking
Dolphins?
stupid. The Saints.
The Saints.
And of course, when that kind of thing happens, you bet on the Saints, and that's
Yeah,
exactly what happened.
you
They
smash
won by
it.
12. Yeah.
I don't think I can recommend taking the Bengals here at all. Just don't do it.
Yeah. See, here's my logic with the 7.5 though. Like they still have Chase, they still have Higgins, and
It doesn't matter.
it does with betting. Yeah, they're gonna fucking lose, but they covered against the Lions.
I guess
the
that's fair.
Lions were favored by like fucking 14, and they still only won by 13. So I know it's still a cover, and it's because fucking Browning is scoring in garbage time. Yeah, he turns the ball over, and they get to the point where they're getting their ass whooped. Yeah. So, anyways, I should have
You're right.
realized that Vegas is still going to favor them a lot, and they don't care about garbage time because they're trying to get people to bet the line. The 14 makes sense, but I don't know. That's still, I would bet it. If I was betting more right now, I would still bet the Bengals because I would like to bet on Jamar Chase because he's still one of the best in the league, if not the best.
Normally, I would agree. If it's above 10, it's probably a good dog pick normally. But I just think, dude, they have the worst offensive line in the league, and that's saying something. And they have maybe the worst starting quarterback, and their defense is maybe the worst in the league. It's just, I don't want to talk about them anymore. They don't deserve to be in the NFL.
All right, so you got that dub. What are you, 6-4? Is it 6-6
It's
versus 4?
Yeah, you're up 6-4, and there's 3 games left.
Lions at the Chiefs.
Sunday night.
The Lions, ever since they lost to the Packers, they have now averaged 40 points a game. They have turned into the juggernaut that they were last year. And I was thinking about how, like, that Lions team, I mean, it's not just the play on the field, but the organization overall is exactly what we've always wanted from the press. Because, like, if I had to suggest like someone to look after, a role model to respond to the press, is Dan Campbell. He's exactly the kind of coach that I would, he'll give it to you straight. And I like the way he answers his questions. And I know it's kind of a random callback to that conversation we had at the beginning of the pod, but yeah, anyway, I like the Lions a lot. They're playing really well. Montgomery's been playing like a madman. Goff, not getting his flowers, but that dude's been playing fucking crazy well. Offense overall, without Jameson Williams, have been spectacular. I mean, Jameson's playing. He's just not a factor.
Producing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the defense. Did you know Kirby Joseph has the most interceptions and pass breakups through the first 4 years of his career? First person to do it since Ed Reed. So they have got one of the 2 best safeties they got 2 of the best top 32 safeties in the league, free and strong. And the Lions are going to deserve being favored against the Chiefs going into Kansas City. I don't think it's going to be a lot, but I do think the Lions are going to be favored. So I'm going to go with the Lions favored by a field goal. 3 points.
Wait, this is in Kansas City, right?
This is in Kansas City, Sunday night game.
Sunday night? Yeah, we've been way off all night. I got Chiefs -1, even after they lost. I guess I wrote it before. Okay, first of all, it's probably not on yet. The line itself.
Yeah.
But I wrote it thinking they would win tonight. But even though they lost, I don't think they'll be that unfavored, just because they're at home, and I think it's kind of like one of those back to the wall games. I don't know. I guess we don't know. It's not on FanDuel.
You're not wrong, dude. I'm not surprised it's not there, but like you're not wrong. It's going to be back to the wall thing, backs against the wall, but I think it's it's more of a bet on the Lions that they're just
They do look
playing,
great. Yeah,
right?
they look really good. Nothing like the team that got throttled by Green Bay in Week 1.
The Lions are suddenly the way they're playing now. I know the Packers are good, and I know you said you're not worried about them, dude. How
They
are we
deserve
not
to be.
taking? Yeah, they're the team to beat in that division.
Yeah,
Right now,
I
I'm
agree.
projecting them to be the 2 or 3. Right.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
But anyways, there's not a whole lot with the Lions, right? Like we've already talked about the Chiefs overall. They've just been underperforming and they have no running game. That's really the biggest issue with them. But anyways, we've got the Bills at the Falcons. The Falcons coming off a bye, playing at home against the Bills that are just coming off a loss. To me, this is a bad spot for the Bills. The Bills, really, their defense has not been very good. They've really been getting shredded by everybody, including most recently the Patriots. And the Falcons are coming off a bye, and they're coming off finally a good game from Penix, who just 2 weeks ago, we haven't talked about it yet, but one of the Panthers' wins was against the Falcons.
Oh my God.
It was the
I forgot that
30-0 throttling, where
What was that
people
about?
were saying like, "Fuck, should we have invested in Penix?" Like that. That's how bad it was. Penix was miserably bad. But then he comes back, has a fantastic game. He looked much better. And with that in mind, I think Vegas is going to take that and it's going to really reduce the line significantly. So I still think the Bills are going to be favored, but it's really not going to be that much considering all these factors. So anyways, I'm going to go Bills -4.5.
All right. I'm chasing you again. I have Bills -3.5. I was really shocked when I saw that 30-0 score. I didn't watch that one. I don't remember if it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, but yeah.
Dude,
Because
I watched
the
it.
Panthers
It
are
was
so bad.
fucking terrible.
Yeah, and then the Panthers turn around and like get shit on the next week by I don't even remember who. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's a terrible team. How are you going to get beat down like that? And then you're right. I did watch the next game for the Falcons, and Penix looked fine. So I don't know.
Yeah.
FanDuel says Bills -3.5. Wow.
Oh, you nailed it?
No, you nailed it. Oh wait, I did nail it. Sorry, I keep getting confused. You're at 4.5. Okay, yeah. 6-5.
Uh-oh. We're going to end in a
Coming down the
tie.
wire.
Monday
Like
Night
the
Football.
Cowboys and Packers. All right.
What?
The Cowboys and Packers ended in a tie.
Oh. I was like, that's not Monday night. Okay, we got the Bears at the Commanders. So the Bears coming off a bye, but this time they're going on the road against the Commanders, who just got a classic Commanders win. I swear to you, like, dude, anytime I see them have an awesome win, they're just going on the road and just beating a really good team. And Daniels isn't even doing anything spectacular. It's just looking like a team victory. The defense particularly is very good, shockingly good.
Yeah.
They're just so opportunistic. Like, it's just one of those teams that's really fun to watch defensively because you feel like there could be a turnover on any play. That's how good they're playing. I think Vegas likes the Bears. That's the thing that makes it difficult with this line.
Interesting.
Like, maybe the Bears are just analytically someone that Vegas likes. I don't know. They've probably got like models that favored them, right?
Yeah, they probably like the coach and the offense and some of the players. Honestly, some of the names on defense, even though the defense has not been that great, they do have a good looking like depth chart, or at least okay looking.
So with Daniels back, and I think that Vegas likes Daniels too. He's a big point swing. I was thinking 3.5 makes sense here. But I was considering going higher because I feel like maybe the Commanders are just much better. But the Commanders, the Bears are coming off a bye and they're coming off didn't they beat the Cowboys?
The Bears? Yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
Okay.
They made them look bad too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That was the first time we've seen Caleb play. Isn't that the first time he's played well, like ever? Honestly,
Ever.
like
Yeah.
that well.
Yeah, this is his best game as a pro.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm changing my line. I'm gonna go Commanders. I'm gonna have them favored by 4.
Is that up from where you were? You said
Yeah,
3.5.
that was-
Okay,
yeah.
-4. I'm pretty high on the Commanders. I mean, I was to start the season, and then they kind of came out slow a little bit. But with Daniels hurt, I feel like they lost to some good teams. And then yesterday, you're right, their defense looked really good. I guess to be fair, the Chargers line is hurt, but like they have legitimate dudes on the defensive line. Like freaking hell, I'm blanking again. Their defensive tackle, what's his name? Payne. I like him a lot. Darren Payne, I think is his name.
Yeah.
And then they have an edge rusher that they took from the Cowboys. They followed Dan Quinn after last offseason.
Oh,
I forget his name again.
I'm picturing him right now, but yeah.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Dorrance Armstrong. He's good.
Yeah.
He's like an underrated name. I like their rookie corner, Trey Amos, a lot. And then, holy shit, how in the fuck is a player like Bill Krosky Merritt the 5th to last pick in the draft? Did you see that guy run?
Yeah, that was his best game. I actually was going to say that there was a split backfield there with 3 different backs before this game.
Right.
He really wasn't standing out that much. Like, yeah, there were moments where I was like, yeah, he's probably the best back. But this is the first game where you're like, okay, he's easily the best back in the back.
Like by far.
Yeah, but this is the only
league.
game that's really happened.
That's true. But this is the first game he's gotten more than like 9 or 10 carries or something.
Yeah.
He leads the league in yards per carry by a lot.
This is going to overshadow something I think needs to be talked about more, because I remember when another player that I've always felt is the kind of guy that lifts the team whenever he's playing well, just because of his style of football, is Deebo Samuel. And if he continues playing like this, dude, you give him the ball in space, that dude's fucking impossible to tackle. Like, he looks amazing. And I don't know why he's not getting any credit right now, but I watched the highlights of that game and all of his touches. He had a great game, first of all. And he's fucking explosive right now. Like, it's bizarre. It's bizarre how it seems like the football community is kind of turned on him, really unnecessarily, because of bad years and whatever. But yeah, that his play is honestly a big reason why I feel like everybody else is kind of amplified a little bit, because that's the kind of player that uplifts the team.
That's good. Good looking out. You're right. He's having a great year. McLaurin's been out basically the whole year because
that's right.
He missed most of camp, and then he got hurt after like 2 games. And Deebo needed to step up, and he has. He's been awesome. And I was one of the ones that was like out because
you and everybody, dude.
Everyone, right? But it was just because of last year. Like before last year, everyone agreed Deebo's like this electric player, one of the most exciting offensive skill guys in the league. It's just that he's always getting hurt. But then last year, he finally didn't get hurt. He just sucked. He straight up sucked. He was bad in San Francisco last year, and he was fat. And then that video came out in like the spring of him looking a little thicker again, and so everyone's clowning on him. But you're right. He's shut everyone up. And you're right. There hasn't been a lot of talk about him. So that's a good call. And
well,
yeah,
what else? I was going to say one more thing. Oh, yeah. We all know Zach Ertz is old. He actually was held without a catch. First time in 10 years in his career.
Really?
He's held without a catch.
Damn.
It's unfortunate because I think Daniels
that sucks.
He loves that guy. He's always targeted him a lot. So it's just it's just noteworthy. He's been the main tight end there, pass catching tight end there. Okay. What did you say the line was? Because I thought we already guessed it.
Oh wait, maybe I forgot. I said Commanders minus 5.5.
Oh, and I said 4.
Did I check? Maybe I forgot. Oh, I did forget. And you got it. It's minus 4.5. So you win. 7-5.
I'm back, baby. I had a good feel for this week, I think. Thank you. I'll bow. Well, I think we've potted long enough. So why don't we we're tired. Let's get to our corners. And I will start. I don't know why, but I haven't like spoken about my High Rocks adventure, so I guess I'll just do that now. I just came back from High Rocks, which is High Rocks is a fitness competition, and I went to the one in Boston. It's just something I like to do for fun. It's the first time I've traveled for this event out of state, because the other ones have all been in Dallas and Houston. But the ones in Dallas and Houston were kind of like my first attempts at it. And this time at Boston, I kind of completely changed my approach and stuff like that. Like I specified my training. I even changed, gyms and did everything I could to succeed. This is the kind of race, if you're not familiar, Eddie, it's like you run and then you do a thing that's hard, and then you run again and then you do another thing that's hard, and you do that 8 times. And then they time you. This last one was in Boston, and it was really fun. It was dope because I went into this race like really out of shape, like at least for my standards. Like, first of all, I went into it with I'm still recovering from a broken finger. You can actually see it in the here. It's still fucked up. And you need this when you're doing the rope pulls, because that's 350 pounds that you're pulling on the rope. So you need a healthy finger. So I had to brace and do whatever I could to get past that. I also was overweight. I also felt like garbage going into that. And then the whole gallbladder surgery thing that I went through. I'm not even sure if I've mentioned it on here before, but that kind of messed up my diet and stuff. I've had perpetual diarrhea for the past TMI. Damn. Sorry, guys.
No, I just feel bad for you. That sucks.
It's fine. I mean, I still somehow walked away from that competition improving, which is crazy, because I felt like when I was done with the race, there were certain moments where I was like, okay, that went better. But overall, I was like, there's no way I was going to expect to PR, and I did. And it went better, and it was cool. It was a good time too. I spent time with the friends over there in Boston. But it was cool. I am considering now going to Chicago. So to do the same thing. But this time, I expect to improve it significantly more, because I know what I did wrong and how to improve and stuff like that. Yeah, dude. That's nice. My corner.
That's dope.
Thanks.
Yeah, I saw the Insta post. Mine is less exciting. So mine is kind of about my girlfriend, partner, Jamie. She left on Thursday. She left in the middle of the night. She was like, I'm done with you. I can't live with you anymore. This is it. She's gone. I'm just kidding. That's not what happened. She's on vacation.
Dude, my heart stopped there for us. Like, what the fuck?
Nah,
you're not actually.
I would tell you just deadpan like that, but I wouldn't do it on this way.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're still together. But she's in Europe. She's on a cruise with her mom, a celiac cruise, because she has celiac, so she has a severe gluten allergy. So what's nice about this little vacation for her is that the whole boat is gluten free, so she doesn't got to worry about it.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's not about me so much. But my point is just in my corner is really just being a zookeeper for the next week because of that. So yeah, I've talked about our pets before on the corner. So we have 3 dogs. She had 2 when we met, and then I got 1, and then we collectively got 2 cats about a year and a half ago. So
Dang.
5 animals. It's a hell of a lot of work. This
That's
is my
insane.
first time that I've done it for more than a weekend, and it's kind of brutal, but we're getting there. Yeah, it's all good though. At some point, I'm gonna leave them for a few hours and I don't know, go watch like a movie or some shit. Go do
There you
something.
go. That's smart. Pay for a little drop-in rover. I think those
Yes.
are worth the money. When does Jamie come back?
A week from tonight. So yeah,
week
we
from
got
now?
a week left. Yep. But it's all good. A lot of time to like play the guitar, watch football.
Well,
I
shoot.
don't know.
No wonder you can't go to ACL.
Right.
That's this week.
I'm aware. Yeah. I really liked the lineup, so I was considering it for a while. But no, not the right time. Are you going solo?
Yeah, this is the first time I'm going solo ever. I've done ACL quite a bit, so it's a bummer you can't make it, but I get it. The zoo comes first.
I've heard it's fun to go solo too, and that it's like a different
Really?
experience.
Okay.
Just from like Reddit. I don't know.
Well, now you mention it, it did cross my mind because like ACL, it kind of reminds me of like skiing or snowboarding because it's something that you enjoy specifically on your own. It's not exactly something that like if you got a buddy next to you and they're having a good time, that's great, but that's not necessarily going to make your time even better. Like
Right,
the only
yeah.
way you have a good time is if you are the one having a good time. Like
Correct.
you're skiing down the mountain how you want to. That's
Yeah.
essentially analogous to a concert, especially one like this where it's just filled with people and you're not going to have a fucking conversation with your friend unless it's after the show. So I can see why Reddit would say that. That makes a lot of sense.
That's true. I mean, when we went as a group, half the time we were all split up anyway because we
I
wanted to
know.
watch our own
Yeah.
artists. So makes sense.
Then again, playing devil's advocate, I could just totally be justifying my loneliness throughout a massive event like this. No, it'll be cool. I actually think there's a few people I know that I might meet up with here and there, but we'll see.
I'm sure you'll find someone. Yeah.
And dude, yeah, the lineup is sick. Anyways, I am bummed you can't make it because that would have been dope. Just you and I bumming it through ACL.
It would have been cool if we did like a 10-minute pod live from ACL.
Oh my god! It didn't even fucking
Yeah.
occur to me.
But
yeah, that'd be
alas.
sick.
Maybe next year. I really
Yeah.
wanted to watch King Princess. I haven't seen her before. I like
Okay.
her music. And a lot of other people there. But Hosier's back, right? He was there
And
2
he's
years ago.
headlining.
Yeah. They love him, as we do.
Well, I think technically you can. There's a live stream of this, right? So you could see King Princess.
Oh, really?
If you wanted.
Ah,
I mean,
I'll
I
look
don't know.
into that.
Yeah. All right, let's
didn't
get the
know
fuck
that.
out of here. It's
All
been
right,
real,
yeah.
dude. Really fun, and we might not do another pod for at least a couple weeks, but we will see you guys when we see you. All right, dude. Take care.
Buenas
Thanks,
noches.
everybody. Ooh. What the fuck? I lost my mouse.